NaruTalk, the Naruto ShipPodcast, is made possible through contributions from listeners like you. To help support the podcast and to earn exclusive rewards, head to www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. That's www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. Believe it!
Hey everyone, this is Naruto Uzumaki, and you're listening to NaruTalk. Believe it!
Hello everybody and welcome back to NaruTalk, the greatest podcast ever to be all about Naruto. I'm your host, Liam English, and with me as always is my co-host, Raj.
Oh, wasn't ready for this.
Didn't expect that one.
Out of order this time.
Oh no, I have my, okay, hi, this episode is sponsored by Punching Glass. I can do it. Don't test me.
I thought it would be funny to switch up who I introduced first without telling anyone.
Yeah, if you did me first, I would have been like,
It fucking threw me into snare dimension, man. I wasn't ready for that.
I always try and think of one thing to fuck with you guys while we're doing the intros.
That did it. Wow. You even looked at Joshua.
I was like, Allie, that means we're safe for the rest of the episode. Liam is going to fuck with us.
You're right.
No.
I'm also joined by my co-host, Allie Joshua. The Joshua's in quotes, Caruso.
Hello. Still sick.
Yeah, still sick. I'm still
dying.
sick. I think I'm less, sick than I was last time, but my voice is significantly more gone.
Yeah, mine goes daily, so...
Yeah.
Zyrtec
Great
sponsor
for
us.
podcasting.
I popped 6 of you. Please.
Zyrtecs?
Yes.
Yeah, and Tylenol because Emma can't take ibuprofen because of the,
It's a blood thinner, so
Yeah.
they're like, oh no, it'll cause bleeding in your brain.
Right.
I gave Emma Tylenol last night, and she was acting like it was a hard drug. She's like, "Oh, it's hitting now. This is it." Yeah, I'm feeling
Oh, well,
the
that's
headache's
'cause-
gone. Feeling nothing.
That's because typically I don't ever take any pain relievers because I like to feel the pain, which I know sounds super weird, but like,
it does.
I'm a sucker for pain.
There's a term.
Well,
for that.
no, it's because I want to be aware of how much my head hurts through the course of the day.
Uh-huh.
So I'm knowing oh wow, right now my head feels bad. I should stop doing this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That makes no
Well,
sense.
no, not for regular headaches, right? Just for the
no,
concussion.
just for the concussion,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that you
Oh,
can
okay.
monitor it. You know
I
what I
forgot
mean?
there's a second level to headaches.
Right,
Headache
yeah.
2.
Wait,
Headache 2, the electric boogaloo.
is concussion or migraine level 2 of a headache?
Migraine, and then
Oh, migraine's
concussion.
probably level 2,
Concussion's
then
level 3?
concussion, yeah.
Yeah.
Concussion
Okay.
would definitely be level 3.
Or concussion could be like a spin-off series, ultimately.
Yeah,
It's a little
migraines
different.
are awful.
Concussion sounds like it could be a character name, like the way that we're saying it. Concussion, like Zabaza.
Of course, I am also joined by our very
Liam
special
English.
guest.
Introduce yourself, bitch.
No, yeah, I did. But hi, it's me, Liam.
Still Liam.
Still Liam, I am, that's true. And we are also joined by our very special guest, Emma Smith,
Hello!
who is joining us for the first 7, of which this is 7 episodes of the podcast, and then she's
Whoa.
transferring schools.
Yeah.
And we should be here for 8 because you recorded it.
Yes, and then there's a special episode after episode 7 that's coming out. It's a Miley Flanagan interview. Emma's on that.
Yeah, that's what Allie means by I'll be here for 8.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so this is the last of those first 7 episodes that we're pre-recording.
Which is weird. I
Yeah.
didn't really think about what it would feel like once it hit. It was just kind of this distant, magical thing that would
Yeah.
one day happen. But yeah, it's here.
This is
It's,
our special guest host's last episode.
It's been a long journey.
Yeah, this is officially the moment where it makes sense why I'm just a special guest host.
Emma, no.
No, not co-host, special guest host. The word
Aw.
special means a lot, you know?
Oh.
That helps.
Okay, yeah, you're a very special
Very
guest host.
special.
Don't
Very
worry.
special.
It keeps me going.
We'll do a little bit more wrap up talk after the episode summaries.
Straight to the end.
Yeah, stick around to the end. But before we get into it, there's a little bit of news today that's kind of funny that it happened today because it's a nice full circle thing. Masashi Kishimoto, the guy who wrote the Naruto manga, today his new manga came out. Literally
I thought
the
you
day
were gonna
that
say
we
he
were.
died.
Oh no,
I was
he
like,
didn't
that's
die.
not funny.
That
He
was-
was canceled, bro.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No.
Everybody's getting canceled.
I don't know if you
don't
guys-
even know.
Yeah, no.
Photo of Sasuke is just saying the N-word.
No, he's not canceled. He's not canceled. I don't know if you guys remember, but during the first episode, we talked about how he really wanted to make a samurai manga, and he could never really
Yeah.
get it off the ground.
Yeah.
Well, today,
He did
all
it.
these years after Naruto, the first chapter of his new samurai manga came out.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yay.
Yeah, and just think it's funny that happened on the day that we're recording
Yay
the
for
last
not being dead.
episode for. Yes, yay for
really
not
worth
being
that as
dead.
a
So how old is he?
I think in his 40s.
Dinosaur.
That
age.
young.
Oh, he's so
Yeah.
not dead.
Well, these
He could be dead.
Mon-
4-year-olds die.
Yeah, that's true. 40-year-olds
Oh,
do
that's
die.
true.
I
That's
mean,
true,
dude,
actually.
listeners. You're
Mad
40.
people die all the time.
Should be happening.
But the life of a manga artist is fucking crazy because they churn out like 20-30 pages a week, and it's just them and like a handful of assistants.
So when did he start Naruto? How young was he?
I don't know for sure, but I think like right out of college.
Wow.
It's like super early 20s.
That's a lot of success immediately out of college.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But also, I don't know if they get paid a ton.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not,
Like-
you know, but that's artists as a whole.
Yeah, that's true. But these guys, I mean, they draw it and they write it and
That's
they run
crazy.
it. Yeah.
In other weeb news, another legendary thing happened today.
Did somebody
Really?
die?
No,
Did someone get canceled?
no. Hentai Haven is back, ladies and gentlemen.
What is that?
The #1 most used hentai site
Oh no.
in all of America
It is
and
back?
the world.
Wait, why
It's
did it get
back.
shut down?
No idea. But hentai manga site Faku
Oh my God.
came and saved it. And today is the historic day.
Well, it's a good day for anyone who's
A fan of Naruto and
Hentai.
hentai.
Yeah.
Wait, hentai is the porn one, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hold
cool.
on.
Just to make
Absolutely.
sure I was on the right
We'll
page.
make a page on episode where
It's funny when Emma acts like she doesn't know.
Emma saved Hentai Haven. That's why she's leaving. She has to take her duties
That's
back.
true.
That's true.
Yeah,
She's
it's
just
the
moving
biggest
into the new
Oh my
CEO.
god.
Special guest CEO of Hentai Haven. Of course, for those of you who are just joining us, first of all, weird episode to join us on.
Go back.
But also, I mean, whatever. I guess you
Rewind,
do
please.
you. Yeah. But the conceit of the podcast is that Raj and I are both huge fans of Naruto. We have
And
been for... Look, it's true.
We're all thinking it.
Yeah. And Allie and Emma, before the podcast, didn't even know what anime was. I misspoke. They definitely both knew what hentai was. And basically, we summarize 2 to 4 episodes of Naruto every week, and we just sort of give our thoughts. We skip filler, only canon episodes, and, that's kind of how it works. We just walk through the show. This week, we are doing episodes 17, 18, and 19. And fittingly, with this end of an era, end of Emma being a guest host, this is also the end...
Wait, you forgot the word.
What word?
Special.
Oh, sorry. Oh, man. Oh, you must feel so just regular guest.
Suddenly I'm lost.
I'm sorry. Fittingly, with the end of the era of Emma being a special
There you
guest
go.
host, these episodes are also the end of the first arc of the show, the Land of Waves arc. So it's,
Crazy.
yeah, it's very nice.
Very
I thought
wet.
they were just gonna keep fighting Zabuza forever.
Me
I kind of
too.
forgot that it ends.
Yeah,
I
same. I was kind of
wish.
waiting for it to just not end.
Yeah, well, if it kept going like last week's episodes
Oh,
did, it
fuck.
would literally
Yeah.
go on forever.
Yeah.
Those,
Yeah.
I think watching this week's episodes really drives home how poorly paced the
Yeah.
last 4 were.
Yeah.
I mean, but like when the episodes originally came out on TV, like they aired, it was like a week per episode, right?
Yeah.
Imagine like those 4 weeks of hell
I
for
know.
those kids. Like, god damn.
And then, but imagine these 3 where they get their fucking worlds
Yeah.
blown
Yeah.
apart every week.
God.
So, it,
Yeah,
they
balance
it ebbs
it.
and flows. Yeah, it comes and goes in waves.
That's why you have to tune in every week, because at any point, suddenly Zabuza could be dead, Naruto's dead, everybody's dead.
Everybody dies all the time. Anyways, yeah, let's talk about it. We open with a bang as Naruto lunges at Haku, who's inside a mirror, and Haku launches a bunch of Senbon needles at Naruto, but he repels them using just his chakra. Because if you remember from last week, he's in like a Nine-Tails sort of crazy
yeah.
mode.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Which,
It's all orange.
Yeah.
exactly, yeah, his
The
chakra
whiskers.
is like visible, his whiskers are going
They
ham.
didn't do it the last 4, like the end of the 4th episode we watched last time, but this one they opened with him in that weird form, but like with the black screen. Like that's when you see it.
Oh yeah,
That's such a cool frame.
when Naruto's like growling and the screen goes to black and white and it like
yeah.
That's like out of the
Oh,
manga.
yeah, they
straight
had a
up.
lot of that.
Yeah.
It
That
was
was cool.
so cool.
Oh, that did
very
look like
creepy.
a beast
It
in
really
the manga.
Yeah.
drives home like how fucked he is when he's in
Yeah.
this
That was
state.
cool.
You
Yeah,
know?
it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Before Naruto reaches the mirror, Haku transports to a mirror above him, proceeding to appear in every mirror and fire a barrage of needles into Naruto.
Barrage.
Ouch.
Good word.
Oh, thank you.
Thesaurus
Gonna
word.
start
No,
putting it out.
okay.
No, not a thesaurus word.
Listen, here's the thing. I know the thesaurus thing is it's funny. It's a good joke. I'll be honest with you. There's one word this week that I really did thesaurize.
Spot the
Can't
word.
wait.
Spot the word.
Spot
yeah,
the word.
Yeah.
You don't- you get
Right
a ton,
into
you get to
us.
guess it.
I won't. Yeah.
If we don't find it, though, tell us at the end.
Okay. Yeah, I will. Yeah, listeners, try and spot the word that I did not know until I thesaurized
Yeah,
it.
it'll be the word that like we don't hear Liam casually use.
Or
Right.
that none of
I've
us
heard
know.
Well, like I've heard you say barrage. Is my point.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of words. Launch, barrage, fires. I use those every week like 50,000 times
Yeah.
because everybody's always throwing shit at each other.
Yeah.
It's very hard to come up
Knives
with.
and needles and shit.
I
yeah.
know. It's hard to come up with different words to say that. That's why I started calling the needle senbon because I couldn't keep saying needles over and over
Yeah.
and over.
Fair. But now I know what it's called.
Yeah.
Naruto, however, surges his chakra, not only expelling every needle that pierced him, but also forcing every apparition of Haku to vanish, leaving only one image in one mirror. Naruto leaps towards it, shattering the mirror with a single punch, and the shards fly everywhere, with Haku's image remaining in one large piece. Haku leaps out of this piece of ice, diving down towards Naruto with this fatal force, and Naruto spins out of the way with no time to spare. And he does spin.
Yeah.
The spinning was fucking insane.
Like a top.
Yeah, like a little,
Like a
oh,
Beyblade.
This opening to this episode is animated so fucking
So
well.
Yeah,
So
it's
well.
fast.
Yeah,
really is.
it's fucking scary, you know?
Yeah, especially because we're on like the whiplash of oh my gosh, nothing was happening,
Yeah.
and bam,
Yeah,
you know. Now
seriously.
this
Yeah.
episode's wild.
Haku attempts to retreat into the remaining mirrors, but Naruto grabs his arm and pulls him back before they can make it in.
Fuck, that was cool.
Yeah.
But then we cut away because
Because
Yeah.
we still did the weird transitions. I mean, they're good, but they
They're
definitely
weird,
they're
catch me
yeah.
off guard
certainly
every
better
time.
in these episodes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Outside, Kakashi notes that the fourth Hokage's seal has weakened and a portion of the Ninetales chakra has slipped through, but the seal is still intact.
Mm.
Okay.
Because if we remember in the last episode,
He's
Kakashi
not full
was
fox. Yeah.
he was really worried that the full fox would break out.
Yeah, it was like the name of the episode.
Oh, I don't pay attention to the episode names.
Oh, I always wrote it down.
Oh, fake fan.
I know.
The episode name, like this episode, the way he says it, it's like he's in that weird fox mode shit.
Interesting.
Because he's like, ambition, try. He's so angry and
Huh.
shit. It's crazy.
I
I
literally
missed
have
that.
always skipped the episode names.
Oh, I can't because I have Hulu. So
Same.
they don't.
I see.
I have to listen to that intro
Yeah.
when
Otherwise you'll
Naruto
get
goes,
another ad.
"Come on!" Yeah, then I
Yeah.
get like 60 minutes of ads.
Yeah, it's awful.
I really like the theme song.
I don't know why.
The theme song is cool. The outro, I think, slaps hard as fuck.
The outro with the weird blue butterfly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Oh,
shit
yeah, I
is
like that.
fire.
That freaks me out. I
I
feel
ju-
like it's so out of character for the rest of the show.
Yeah, it's a little eerie almost. Yeah.
But that's
I mean, they have eerie moments.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that the name of that ending theme is like "Don't Cry, Naruto" or something like that.
What?
I mean, he does yell "Don't cry" often. In the
That's
song.
true. I mean,
I never
sometimes
listened to
sometimes the show goes full emo. You know,
Sometimes.
it really is true.
Actually, pretty
Sasuke
often.
exists.
That's true. It's pretty often the show goes full emo.
Email.
Relieved, Kakashi unfurls a scroll from within his vest, spreading the blood from his sword cut across the writing within.
Which was badass.
So
Yeah, that was
cool.
crazy.
That was from just a catch up. That was from a couple episodes ago. Kakashi jumped in front of Zabuza swinging his sword to protect Tazuna and Sakura.
Yeah.
And so he took the blood from that and spread it on the scroll. He mocks Zabuza for all of his Doofenshmirtzing. I decided to use Doofenshmirtzing.
Nice.
My gosh.
That's not the thesaurus word, but it's
It's not,
good.
no. And
No.
in fact, this insists that Doofenshmirtzing is not a word.
Oh,
How dare
that'll
it.
be my legacy. I'll get for Doofenshmirtzing to be recognized as a
But he really
word.
does. He calls him out. He's like, "Oh, are you just gonna keep like? I'm sorry to cut you off from just talking, but can we like
Oh
fucking
my
pick this shit
God.
up?
Yeah, no, he says
That's
that.
true though. Yeah.
And I
I
was
mean,
like-
come on.
Yeah, please, can we actually?
Because all they do is talk.
Yeah, he declares that he intends to end the battle now, and he clasps the scroll into a hand sign.
Which is
That was cool.
bananas.
Yeah, so you can tell that he's gonna
Yeah,
launch some
yeah,
special
yeah.
jutsu. Zabuza is still in the mist, and he doesn't really believe that Kakashi is gonna do anything. He's like, "Come on, what are you gonna do, bitch?
Come at me.
A
Get
scroll?
outta
What are you gonna write down something? Fucking nerd."
Take out Make Out Paradise.
Zabuza would
Reading
bully
is for
someone
nerds.
for reading.
Reading
That's
and
true.
writing.
Reading is for nerds.
Reading is for nerds.
That's
Zabuza's
what-
probably illiterate.
Zabuza?
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, he's always running around.
I mean, he didn't get into school. He kind of
Oh,
killed
that's
everyone.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, do you learn how to read and write in ninja school?
I mean,
Ooh.
You must.
I mean, I
Well, no, maybe
guess.
they go. Isn't it like high schools? Maybe you go to regular school before, and then go to ninja school.
No.
Excuse me. No, because they're like 12.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
I mean, Naruto's an orphan, and all he knew was ninja school, so like he had to learn
True.
from that.
So are they all
or maybe Iruka
illiterate?
was sad. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that they like expect the parents to teach it, but if Naruto didn't have parents, then he figured it out.
And if
Yeah.
and
It's in
depending
school.
on when
or he didn't. We
Sasuke's
don't know if he can write.
Maybe
Yeah, that's
Iruka
true.
taught him. I don't know. Iruka's kind of always talking about him.
That's true. Iruka could have taught him. Oh, imagine if they went to the ramen place and he made Naruto like write out what he wanted. To teach him how to write. Oh,
Is there
It's a very
alphabet
pure
ramen
moment.
noodles? Is that a thing?
Oh my gosh.
Like
so
Martha
cute.
speaks.
like
He
Martha
just fed,
speaks.
He just fed him alphabet ramen, and then he could speak.
Oh.
That's
Wait,
adorable.
we're talking if he can read and write, not if he can speak.
You can only say.
Okay, yeah.
You know how like every kid's like first word is like either like mom or dad, whatever.
Right.
Naruto's was believe it.
Oh,
And
definitely.
that's all
yes.
he knew.
Or ramen.
That's why
It
he
could
says
have
it all
been
the
ramen.
time. It's his like
Ramen.
little nervous tick. It's like,
Believe it. To stutter.
Aw.
This does raise an interesting question, though. Is Martha Speaks illiterate? Like, can Martha Speaks read and write?
I don't
Let's
know. I
ask
don't know
Martha.
what it
She
is.
can tell you too.
If you
'cause she
feed
can
her,
speak.
I
That's true.
guess, ink and paper in the shape of letters, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, if eating alphabet soup made Martha Speaks speak,
Well, she's not opposable thumb, so there's the writing thing that's hard.
you could type on a typeyewriter.
She has big paws.
For the
Oh.
record,
She's
I
a
have
big
no
dog.
idea what Martha Speaks is, so
Yeah,
trying to
oh,
understand
well,
what the
let me
context
explain.
is.
It's an anime.
It's
That's
it's on PBS.
There it is.
It was at 4 o'clock every day. I ran home from the bus.
Wait, was it right before Fetch with Ruff Ruffman?
I don't know. I turned it off.
I
tomorrow.
apparently didn't watch a lot of PBS. I don't know what any of
And,
this is.
I
so
had cable
They
during this
fed
era.
their dog
Yeah.
a bowl of alphabet soup, and then she could talk. And she had to keep eating alphabet
It's a
soup.
dog.
She lost her speech.
I think it went Martha
Okay.
Speaks, Word Girl, Fetch with Ruff Ruffman, and then like PBS
That's probably
documentaries.
true because I hate
I
What
did-
was
Girl.
Cyber Chase?
Mhm.
yeah,
I
I
would
just
turn it
said Cyber Chase.
I was into Cyber Chase.
Yeah.
That's
a good one.
before I think that was before Martha
That-
Speaks
yeah,
and Word Girl.
Cyber Chase is creepy as fuck.
My mom fucking hates Cyber Chase.
What?
It's
The-
surreal
wait,
as
the bird
shit.
with the
Melinda,
weird
are you
little
serious?
hat.
Yeah, did
Yeah,
you?
the bird. Digit? Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you. Of course, actually, of course you know that.
Is there like a word? You know how weebs are people who are super into anime?
Yeah.
Is there a word for
PBS.
people who are into PBS?
Peebs?
Peebs.
Guess I'm a peep.
Hashtag Allie's a peeb confirmed.
I'm proud of it. Okay.
A peeboo.
Peeb and proud.
I'm proud. Fuck. Within the mirrors, Naruto's surging chakra proves too strong for Haku, who can't perform a jutsu or even break out of Naruto's grasp. Cloaking his fist in fiery red energy, Naruto winds up and punches Haku with such force, the show plays it from 5 different
That
angles.
was cool.
I replayed
I
this
was like,
shit
whoa,
5
whoa,
times.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
I had to replay it to count how many different angles it was.
It was hardcore.
So I saw this punch 10 times.
The life of the outliner.
It was very cool.
I felt
It
the
was cool.
punch, honestly.
Yeah.
There was some badass
It's
shit.
I mean, it's like when it goes black and white. You really
Yeah.
fucking feel it.
Feel that shit.
Yeah. I think the faster pace helps with like actually feeling it, you know?
The spin into the punch was a nice flare touch.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of spinning in this
Lot of
episode.
spinning.
Yeah.
Beyblade collab when?
Subtle Beyblade product placement, you know? They don't want to say let it rip, but they do let it rip.
When Naruto's slowly focused, so he goes from I believe it to remember, he's just gonna start saying let it rip. And no one's gonna question it.
Let it rip.
Naruto, what's that wacky phrase you always say? Oh, let it rip.
Well,
Yeah, that's the
Violet
one.
Flanagan was saying that she just stopped saying believe it after a while. Maybe, hey, it's lining up so far.
Maybe
you
it's
know?
to say let it rip.
Yeah.
For all we know, in Shippuden, every other sentence, he goes, let it rip.
The kunai or Beyblades, these are fucking
Oh
flying.
my gosh.
Haku flies back with such absurd force that his body breaks through his own jutsu, destroying the ice mirrors as he's expelled from their confine and crashing into the ground with such impact that his body rolls a good distance and his mask cracks.
Yeah.
It really
Fuck.
be your own jutsus.
This is like one of the prettiest fucking scenes. Like
That's
specifically
cool,
when
yeah.
like Haku is like
Yeah.
like the punch hits him and he starts flying and
Yeah.
all the glass shattered. It's all pretty
That's
and
cool,
sparkly.
yeah.
I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that is awesome.
But I liked the look with the actual mask shattered.
The
and
mask
all
shattered
that
was
was that was
crazy.
really cool. I
Yeah.
was like, whoa, his mask.
Haku aesthetically is one of the coolest characters.
aesthetically, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And the mask is very badass.
Nice ass.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, we talked about it on another episode how Kishimoto didn't design them. It was one of his assistants.
Yeah.
But they have a very cool design.
Dude,
Yeah.
assistants make the shit. Like the dude who made fucking Ava was an assistant to Ghibli.
That's crazy.
It is like
Oh,
insane.
I was about to ask, but is Ava Ghibli? Like, is that
Oh,
part
no,
of the
no.
Ghibli movies?
Ava is Neon Genesis, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's this anime from like the 90s. It's like really edgelordy.
Basically,
Wait, the Ghibli movies are anime?
No. Oh yeah,
yes.
the Ghibli movies are
Okay,
anime.
so
Oh.
basically,
I haven't seen it.
A small brief recap: anime was failing as an industry, and in the '90s, and then Neon Genesis Evangelion came out, and it saved the industry, and then Toonami came around and brought anime to the West, and then now we have anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So Ava's really important. Though
It's
Liam's
also
not
really
wrong,
popular.
it's a huge edgelord anime with.
That's okay. Sasuke's an edgelord.
I know.
He's
True.
fun.
There's two different terms.
People love
types.
him, too.
Sasuke's edgy because he's like, I smoke cigarettes, fireball jutsu.
Oh yeah. Ava's edgy
uh,
because it's like we're fighting, but how are we fighting on the inside?
Exactly.
Oh God.
Sasuke's mad just to be mad.
Yeah.
These guys are having like literal crises over here.
Yeah.
Like, they're crying every other fucking scene.
Speaking of cool shots, Haku slowly rises as the remaining ice mirrors disintegrate around
Awesome.
Naruto.
Yeah.
And
Fucking
That was
awesome.
so cool.
Wasn't there like blood on it or something?
maybe
Maybe
I
that's
just
a later
so, yeah.
shot.
yeah I just remember Naruto standing up and they all sort of fall
Coming
apart.
down on
yeah, it's
him.
very
Yeah.
cool.
Nice visual.
And Haku stands still as Naruto charges forth with a fury and speed that we have never seen
Yeah.
before.
With him or with anybody, right?
Yeah.
The fox.
Yeah.
As Haku's mask falls to the ground piece by piece, he considers how he failed Zabuza. Naruto leaps in the air to gain momentum for his finishing blow, and Haku's mask fully detaches, revealing his identity for the first time to Naruto.
Yeah, that kid he met in the woods.
Right, yeah, Naruto didn't know who Haku
Yeah.
was.
His little crush.
Yeah.
Also, a little weird that he didn't recognize it from the voice or the hair. Or,
Yeah. Little,
Well,
yeah. I
anything.
mean,
But Naruto's dumb,
Well,
so...
he also
Kid.
like had just woken up
He
when
might
he
be
first started
illiterate,
talking to
so.
Haku.
Naruto can tell you every type of ramen just by smelling it, but he just couldn't tell you anything else.
He
Yeah.
certainly couldn't write the names of them.
no.
Oh, but I'm sure he was tired and he was just waking up, you know, and also
In
like
the forest?
told
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
And he must have been so flustered, like, because he kept saying, "Oh, I'm gonna be Hokage." You know, he was
That's
passionate.
just a
Yeah.
go-to.
Yeah, but Naruto
He
probably
said
doesn't pay attention when he gets all mad like that.
So if you catch him off guard, like, you grab, you know, when you, like, tase someone or whatever, and you
I'm
sort
gonna
of-
be a Hokage.
Yeah, exactly. That's his real nervous tick. It's not believe it. It's unreal Hokage. Managing to overcome the evil spirit and bloodlust of the fox's emergent influence, Naruto stops his punch just before Haku's face. And I feel like the show didn't really make it a big deal that he managed to suppress the fox's
Yeah,
influence.
yeah.
Like, at all. Which is
Yeah.
weird because this show makes everything a big deal.
Yeah.
Right.
They make like the fox the whole thing. They flash back to it every fucking
Yeah.
episode.
I know.
But maybe in that case, that means that Naruto is a little bit more in control of it than everybody
That's
else
true.
is believing, right?
But that's
Believe
that's
it.
still a big deal. Yeah,
We
Yeah.
don't believe it.
I can't believe it.
I can't, he really said I can't believe in it. It hasn't felt right since. He like
Why did
really
he say that?
Earlier in the episode, like this is like some like single digit shit, but like he was just crying or some shit, and he punched
Naruto?
and he punched the trees, and he just goes, I can't. Oh, it's when Haku fucking used the senbon needles onto Zabuza, and he was like,
Oh.
Oh,
and he was
yeah.
like, how could it end like that? I
Oh,
can't believe
yeah.
it, and it hasn't hit right since. It just hasn't.
That was a powerful moment. Nice callback, man. Nice callback.
Yeah, that was good.
Haku criticizes Naruto, who had vowed to avenge Sasuke's death, for not striking. But even looking back at Sasuke's body for inspiration, Naruto, who has successfully suppressed the fox's like homicidal sway, punches Haku just hard enough to knock him back and draw some blood. Very clearly
Yeah.
not a fatal blow. Also, yeah, that's an important thing for people who are listening now. Sasuke, for all we know, is dead right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Which is a big thing because he's been in every
He's
episode.
important.
And
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
very sad in the
Yeah.
last
And
episode.
kind of sudden. I mean, like, it
Yeah.
wasn't,
Yeah, it was
but
unexpected.
at the
I
same
think,
time,
yeah.
though, you didn't expect that any of the characters could die at
Exactly.
that point, you know?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that's very true. I wrote a whole thing about that for after. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
We'll
but
get to
so
it.
which means perfect observation.
Oh, thank you.
Very
Thank
classy.
you.
This
Oh.
is what makes you a special guest.
Oh, I was about to
Not
say,
just a
yes.
guest.
Yes.
These are the things. These
A
are,
special reoccurring guest.
oh
Ooh.
yeah. Well, not anymore.
Well, in the Patreon.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's okay. We still have that. Keep going. Keep going.
Haku notices that Naruto is holding back, hypothesizing that Sasuke was not as important to Naruto as the boy claims.
Interesting.
As Haku views sparing the enemies of your precious person to be not only a betrayal, but indicative of a pointless existence.
Oh. Ouch.
Tragic.
Naruto refuses to believe this, but Haku reveals that Haku's not really generalizing. Haku's talking about himself. Because he's tied his entire self-worth to serving Zabuza and has failed to defeat Zabuza's enemies, which means Haku now sees himself as worthless.
Ugh.
I know.
Haku became so three-dimensional these 3 episodes.
Yeah,
Honestly-
he really did. Yeah.
So, you know how whenever I'm watching anything with people who haven't seen it, I always go, just wait and all your questions will be answered.
Like
Yeah,
a little
you do that a
goblin.
lot.
He puts on a hood and he hunches down.
wait.
he becomes his leprechaun persona.
Yeah.
He's like, just wait.
We all,
it gets better.
Everybody on this podcast watched Over the Garden Wall together last night, which, by the way, amazing show.
Great
and it's
fucking
Liam,
show.
Right, it's also Liam's favorite show, and he's
It
been
is.
talking about it since, like, the second
Don't
day
tell
of
Naruto
school.
it's his favorite show.
Oh yeah, don't tell Miley.
Ah!
No, but it's true. It's my favorite show. And when we were watching it, people, every once in a while there'd be a little question on. I'd be like, oh, just wait, it'll all be answered, Because if you answer in any direction, I feel like it's a spoiler,
Yeah, that's fair.
Even if it's like, oh, I can't say.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So the better thing is just to not ask questions, not give predictions on what you think.
And it's especially hard when we're on air because I don't want it to sound like I'm ignoring your questions. But I think now that we've all seen it, I really do think that these 3 episodes answer absolutely
They do.
No, that's fair.
They do,
yeah,
definitely.
And they add a lot of depth. Like if you're like, why is Zabuza doing this? Like
you figure it
last
out,
week you were like, why does he want to kill Tazuna? That's so weird.
Yeah.
And in this episode, it's all like it all comes
out,
back. Yeah. Naruto can't fathom why Haku would align himself with someone like Zabuza, and Haku reveals that once he did have other precious people, a mother and father.
I like when you say I can't fathom. It's just a weird way to say I can't believe it. Just can't.
Naruto can't believe it. Then we launch into a little bit of a flashback. Haku was raised in a poor but loving home in the Land of Water in a time shortly after years of civil war. Haku's clan was lauded during wartime. That's not the thesaurus word. But in a time...
Wartime?
Oh, no, lauded.
Lauded.
Oh, no, you're
Yeah,
good.
that's
Come on, you're smart. You're a smart
Yeah,
boy.
smart
I hated
boy.
words of lauded.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we love you. Fuck off.
But in a time of relative peace, the clan was seen as relics of a bygone era, dangerous weapons that could spark more violence at any time.
Tragic.
I know. It's like a little racism analogy we've got
Kinda
going on.
is.
Yeah, Naruto's getting a little woke.
Kishimoto.
I know. First we're painting fingernails, and now we're talking about racism.
Nice.
As resentment of their Kekai Genkai. Oh fuck! There's no way I'm gonna
Gecko.
be able to say that.
Gecko.
Okay, look. For people at home, I think it's Keki Genkai. I am gonna say gecko because otherwise I'm gonna stumble every time.
Gecko time, bro.
Gecko Gekai?
Just gecko.
Gecko, yeah.
Okay. As resentment of their Gecko grew
That does not sound better.
it really truly doesn't. Well, members of the clan went into hiding, terrified of the cruelty of those lost in ignorance, something Haku notes Sasuke is also likely familiar with.
Yeah.
Because as we learned in the last episode, the Sharingan is a form of Gecko.
Sharingan.
Which, for those just listening, a Keke Genkai... Got it.
Ooh.
Nailed it.
As long as that is how you say it, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a jutsu that is exclusive to one clan, one bloodline, and only they can do it, which means a technique like the Sharingan, which copies jutsu, can't copy it. It's like a genetic thing.
That's cool.
Haku's mother, a member of the Kekai Genkai... Motherfucker! A member of the Gecko carrying bloodline... met and fell in love with his father, a simple farmer. Now, I can't say any words.
Ooh.
Just say...
It's Gecko for everything we're
It's
going to
right.
say.
You just
So
give
the
Raj
gecko
the outline,
in the
tap that boy.
gecko with the gecko.
Gecko it.
Gecko it. I can't gecko it.
I'm gonna become a gecko someday.
I wish that's what he said.
Haku's like, you have to protect your gecko person. Or your precious gecko.
There it is.
Imagine when Sasuke was passing out and just like he was like when he was like finally going like to death.
Yeah.
Find my gecko.
He's like, don't give up on your dreams, please. Be a gecko.
Become a gecko.
You can do it.
Aw, well now I kind of want Naruto to become a gecko.
Imagine the gecko
I'll
gecko
get you
list,
some
but with,
Photoshop.
like,
Oh my gosh, I can't. It's Gecko. That's so
Oh
hard
wait,
to say.
okay.
Call out the Gecko.
Gecko sponsor us.
Maybe we could get them, the Geico. We could do an interview.
Sponsor.
Or a sponsor. Yeah, Geico. Oh, fuck, my car insurance actually is Geico.
Ooh. I forget what my car insurance
Mine's
is. I think
Of course, I won't say what I think of my car insurance until we maybe get a sponsorship. Look, I'm just saying.
and then we'll drop all the 5-star ratings for Geico.
Oh yeah, and then
And the gecko.
I'll record in like afterwards. I'll make sure every Kiki Genkai, every time I say that, instead of Gecko, I'll say Gecko.
There it is.
So that like we'll really get some brand synergy going, you know?
Oh my God.
Hopefully, I don't
Between
know.
this and Beyblade.
I've been watching a lot of South Park and a lot of wacky shit happens through electronics. So while we're sponsoring, if we if you could hear us on the other side wherever you are, we all have iPhones. Please sponsor us from the dead.
Yeah.
We do all have iPhones,
Tim
actually.
Cook's got our back, man.
I mean, yeah, but like
Tim
if,
Cook's probably a weeb.
I mean, definitely Tim Cook's a weeb, but like if Steve Jobs came down and said, "Yeah, I'll sponsor this fucking Naruto podcast,"
Yeah.
what are they gonna do? Be mad?
if they get podcasts in heaven, I like to believe that Steve Jobs
Believe
is
it.
listening to NaruTalk. I do believe it. Thank you.
What religion is that? I want to subscribe to that Bible.
Is the podcast in heaven religion?
I want that.
So Haku's mother and father settle down for a simple farm life. As Haku's inborn abilities like water manipulation manifest with age, Haku's mother uses physical and emotional abuse to like really force Haku to stop doing it.
Like Harry Potter.
Like the Dursleys! Very
yeah.
slick.
Good job,
Yo,
Joshua.
that's full circle. Because episode 1, we always talked about... I kept just being like,
Oh, yeah.
Harry Potter and Naruto are the same.
Yeah, because the magic mushroom and all that, right?
Ooh,
The big fucking tree.
damn.
Yeah, the tree, the
This is
car.
The
beautiful.
huge
Right?
car and tree that
We all listen, we
Sasuke drove.
And when they have wands and Naruto
I was
has
believing
wands.
you when you said that too, Raj.
Zabuza's sword was a 12-foot fucking wand.
Yo.
Naruto's scar, his lightning-shaped scar.
The whiskers. The whiskers, if they were like a little jagged, they could be
Yeah.
lightning-shaped whiskers.
That's
when
amazing.
when fucking Harry and Ron are on the train, and when Harry shows him his scar when he pulls up his hair, it's just a
yeah.
Naruto
He's like-
headband.
Or he's got like a Sharingan.
Oh my god.
Kakashi. Oh, yo, Kakashi has a scar.
Oh, yeah.
This is now a Harry Potter fucking podcast. What's up, J.K. Rowling?
Wait, Harry Podcast. No, Harry.
No, that works. Harry
Does that work?
Podcast.
Harry Podcast?
Harry
Oh,
Potter.
or
I mean, people can mistake us for a really like hairy body positive podcast. Probably. Today we're reviewing Raj's arms. They're pretty hairy.
oh yeah, it's good though.
You got a
Thank
good
you.
amount of hair on your
Thank
arms,
you.
Raj.
Yeah.
How would you describe it from the feel?
Ooh, combable.
Harry.
For those at home, everybody just felt. Well, I didn't. Here we go. Okay. Yep. Everybody just felt Raj's arm hair.
It's Harry. So.
It is. Yeah. It feels like arm hair.
Imagine a perfectly hairy arm.
If you're on the subway listening to NaruTalk Pod, what I want you to do is go over to a man who has hairy arms and stroke his arm hair.
Film up.
If he asks, "Why are you feeling my arm hair?" then you plug the podcast.
There you go.
It's a win-win situation.
One
you know,
of us.
Yeah, put an earbud in his ear for this segment.
Share
Shove it in
your
there.
earwax.
Exactly. Yeah, and then tell him to give us a 5-star review if he appreciated the arm hair stroke.
And
you
if
know?
you didn't, still.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if,
still-
if he's mad, run. I don't know.
Run, who cares?
Oh,
Naruto
yeah.
run away.
Naruto, run away, frog hop away.
Tell
man.
him to give us a 5-star review still and talk about all of his issues with us.
Exactly.
We'll see it.
Yeah, 5 stars reviews. That's the way to do it. God, this little side segment that we did had the most tie-ins and callbacks. This was fucking incredible.
I can't wait for
Nice
all the
sidebar.
5-star reviews that are like some fucking weirdo pulled up to me on the bus and started stroking my
Oh,
arm.
but how amazing would that be?
If we actually got a 5-star review that said, "Don't listen to the pod. Heard this was best way to contact. Someone stroked my arm hair. Please stop encouraging."
I really hope that happens.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's up to you, listeners.
You know how for a while they were doing jutsu that was just water, whatever they were doing,
Yeah.
jutsu?
Yeah.
Water arm hair stroke jutsu.
Someone runs up with a water bottle, just
baby.
pours it on their
Oh,
arm.
it's true. Yeah, I don't have arm hair. Really. I have like arm peach fuzz. But I think it's fun. You know?
I think my arm hair is
It's
fun.
soft.
Yeah. Go ahead, Raj. You want to touch my arm hair?
I will.
Ooh, I'm coming around.
It's nice.
ASMR arm touching now.
Oh my gosh, it's
It is
baby.
very
Like a baby.
soft.
Like a baby. Baby.
Okay. I
But
have
the
more arm hair
muscles,
than
you
you
could
do.
feel them
Maybe
pulsating throughout his arm.
I think I have none.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I think you have more than I do. Maybe?
Everybody's got average arm hair except for Raj, who has medium arm hair, I would say. You know?
Yeah.
Medium to heavy.
What's the difference between average and medium?
Oh, that's actually an excellent point.
Thank you. All
Yeah,
right,
what I
Raj
said
has
didn't make any
perfect arm
sense.
hair. Let's just give him
Perfect
that
arm
word.
hair. Everybody, you know what? Everybody here has perfect arm hair, and everybody listening has perfect arm hair too. Anyways, back to serious time because
Okay.
this is a serious flashback. Haku's father sees Haku manipulating the water, and the secret of the Kekkei Genkai is out. If I say it like I'm in the show, like how they say shit,
Then you can do it.
I'm understanding now why the voice actors say it like Sharingan or like Ganin, because this shit throws you off, bro.
Yeah.
Makes sense, yeah.
Gecko, gecko.
They also have to say it with the what is it? The cartoon, you know?
Yeah, the mouth,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I understand it now.
Yeah,
I've got a
all
little
right,
bit of
all right,
empathy.
all right.
Driven by fear and ignorant rage, Haku's father and a band of other men slaughtered Haku's mother and attempted to kill Haku as well. But Haku's like innate abilities took over, and well, so what we see is Haku sort of stumbles out into the snow. It cuts away from Haku's father about to kill him, and then we see Haku stumbling out of the house, and it like the camera turns back to the house.
that was
it
crazy.
Was so
and there's
awesome.
fucking massive ice needles that just decimated
so
it.
cool.
Yeah, because you're like, wait, how the heck did
How did he
Haku
get out?
of
Yeah,
there?
and then it's like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
It was just a terrifying scene to see like how like Haku's dad
Yeah.
looked and shit.
I
It
know.
was-
Yeah.
And the dad was crying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that
was
was-
evil.
that
Oh,
was
it's,
scary
it's fucked,
scene, yeah.
man. Yeah. These episodes get a little dark.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a characteristic of Naruto. Do
Mm.
some fluff
A
for a
little dark.
while, and
A little
then dark.
fluff. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Harry Potter got dark
Like
for
a nice
while.
peanut butter and fluff fluff sandwich. You know,
Ooh, nice.
a little bit of heart in the peanut butter, a little bit of fluff in the, fluff.
Fluff,
Obviously,
yeah. In the lab food.
Yes, I don't think I ate fluff as a kid.
Me neither.
I don't know.
My
parents
mom-
wouldn't buy
Fluff
it.
scares me now, though, which is why I call it lab food.
'Cause it's
I'm like,
like
how did you make that?
PBS and natural peanut butter. Was the way.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea what fluff is.
It's
like
like
Marshmallow
paste.
goo.
Yeah.
It's like
imagine
it's kinda
jelly.
like glue but sugar.
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Jelly, but instead of crushed up berries, crushed up
It
marshmallows.
does not very good.
I
It tastes
haven't-
like
I can't
clouds.
imagine. So
I just-
I had it once. And
Yeah.
I didn't start eating marshmallows till like a year ago.
Interesting.
Oh.
Well, you had some yesterday.
Yeah.
How were
Which, interesting taste. They looked more like me than I guess it
Because
tasted
Raj,
like me.
Raj toasted the marshmallow, and for reference, Raj has a huge fluff of black
Well,
hair on top of his
It's
head.
Raj's brand.
Rather, it went from a white marshmallow to a tan marshmallow.
And no, but that wasn't just it.
Yeah.
It did go from white marshmallow to a tan
It
marshmallow.
had a fluffy black top.
Yeah,
on
it had
Yeah, 'cause
like
the top
your
kind of
It was
brand
just like
of
father
bread.
and son. It was on my Instagram story,
was a
but I'm
really
not gonna
nice
give you my
photo.
Instagram.
It was like father and son.
Yeah, it was very fluffy. Anyway, so Raj had a good marshmallow experience.
I
Fluff
did.
is not like that.
The bonfire was
No.
crazy.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yesterday we all had a little camping. Thanks for coming to our private life talk. Yes. Yesterday we had a little bonfire and it was very nice.
Well, that was after we went to the beach.
Beach, yes.
Oh,
And then got
yeah.
into Playland for free.
Yes. We
Because,
got into Playland for free. Raj wasn't there for the beach.
It
part.
Oh,
was
yeah,
not-
sorry, Raj.
I was Naruto sleeping.
We were Naru beaching.
Yeah.
Look, yeah, that's a good idea. Put Naru before it, and then it does apply to the podcast.
Exactly.
Then people, oh, I care. That's
Yeah.
people will think.
Oh, I
Yes.
guess.
Then we did a bonfire jutsu.
So one of
The
us did
nature walk jutsu as
fireball
well.
jutsu.
Well,
We
first,
did
yeah,
have a
first
nature
there was
walk
a nature
jutsu.
walk jutsu. That one was with
Yes.
Raj. And then
Yeah.
We Naru
We were
bonfire.
like-
Rosh led
Leapfrogging
us
in
on the
trees.
nature walk jutsu.
Yeah.
and then
did.
we had 1,000 years of bonfire.
Oh,
Oh,
slick!
Thank you, thank you.
That's
And then
good.
after that, we went to. Oh gosh.
Push it.
We went to.
Keep it going.
We believed at a concert.
Okay, that
Right?
works. Oh fuck, we did go to a
did.
concert yesterday.
Yeah.
Dumpster.
Yo, we
Oh.
had the craziest day
Yeah,
yesterday.
follow dumpster.band on Instagram because they're amazing.
It's an
They're
amazing
awesome.
band. It seriously is. Yeah,
Oh, and
fuck,
then-
we did a lot yesterday.
Yeah,
We
we walked
did.
10 miles for reference.
Fuck yeah.
That's like similar to how Naruto lives.
And
Yeah.
then the movie. I don't know how to
Over
make
the
it.
garden wall.
Yeah, but like, well,
Yeah.
Please
TV
watch
movie.
over the
We
garden
frog
wall.
I don't know how to
Over the
make it
garden wall.
Naruto. There it is. We frog
There's
hopped
frogs
into
in
the
it.
garden wall.
Oh.
There are.
There it is.
There
All right,
is.
high
We
five,
did it.
Allie.
We did it.
Oh, high five for everybody. All right.
It said high five Allie, and
Everyone was like,
I forgot it wasn't Allie for a second.
All right.
Oh, you forgot you weren't Allie because I introduced you first this time
Yeah.
around?
yeah.
It's like,
Confusing.
oh no, you ever watch Power Rangers SPD? It's when they become cops.
You're over there like watching PBS on your phone like, I'm Allie. This must be what I do.
No, but basically the whole setup to the show is that like some criminal becomes the Red Ranger,
Uh-huh.
but the guy trained to be the Red Ranger becomes the Blue Ranger, and when
Oh
they
my
morph, he's so pissed the whole time. He's like, Blue, what the fuck? But
And that's you having become Allie?
No, but then his best friend from space comes and he's actually evil now, and the Red Criminal Ranger's like, listen, you gotta do this, and he hands him the Red Ranger morpher, and he's like, yeah, this feels right, and he beats the shit out of his best friend.
So are you going to beat the shit out of Allie to steal her identity? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's fine. I mean,
Done and done.
Done
Well,
and done.
I'm not confirming nor denying it, but
I can neither confirm nor deny.
on next season when you hear two of my voices, don't ask
You're
why.
doing Allie's voice in the
Liam,
corner.
Raj, and Raj.
And Rally. Oh, what a dark look at.
Rally and Randall. Oh, he'd love a son like you.
Rally and Randall. Oh, that sounds like some Disney sitcom shit.
Rally and Randall. We should pitch that to Randall.
what?
Rally and Randall.
We're
As what?
pitching
What
the
are we
idea of me
Changing your
living
name.
as
Oh,
his son.
Yeah, we.
He
So
would probably buy
what we're
one.
gonna do is we're gonna put. You know how isn't there like a shed outside your house that you don't know what it's used for?
No, it's used for. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So we put you up in there. You know, we have you sleep in there,
cold.
and then we have Raj dress as you and live as your life, and we see if Randall, Allie's dad, realizes that his daughter has been replaced by a Pakistani man.
A fluffy-haired boy.
He looks at me like a fucking villain in Scooby-Doo where he's like, you almost had me.
Something's off.
Allie, did you get some sun?
Your hair's a little
He'd
different.
know because I'm so white. He would know instantly.
But it is funny. Anyways, the moment that Haku killed his parents, Haku believes he lost his purpose, and he had lost everyone that had cared for him. Something that Naruto instantly relates to, because Naruto, other than Iruka, never had anyone who cared for him.
Aruka.
I know. We haven't seen him in so long.
Yeah.
You know what he's
Soon.
doing, though. You
Very
know what he's
soon.
doing.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, what
asking
his
the
voice
third
even sounds like.
Raj doesn't, because he dreams about it.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, I forgot it.
Yeah.
I had a whole fever dream bender.
Iruka has a scar too, just like Harry Potter.
Oh my god, it's all Harry
Does he
Potter.
really?
Every scar is making me across his nose.
Ow,
Oh, yeah.
I missed that.
Am I tripping?
Dude, wait, fucking Kakashi has a scar, right? We
Yeah,
covered
yeah.
that. Who else has a scar?
Mm,
Zabuza has to have one.
I don't
No,
think so,
his
man.
eyebrows
No.
just look like scars.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
Does
after
he not have eyebrows?
No, he's got these. I didn't
They're
notice
like-
them until this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. These 3. But he's got weird, like, little lines that just come out.
They're very
Oh.
subtle.
when they check Sasuke's corpse, he'll have a bunch of scars.
Oh, that's true.
That's
That's a
true. Sasuke's
fuck
a lot.
ton of
That's
needles
true.
in him. Not even his turtleneck could keep him safe. They went in that shit.
Not even his turtleneck.
What a weird choice for an edgy kid to wear. It's not
A
even-
turtleneck?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
a
it's
turtleneck.
weird.
Yeah. But you know what?
He's cold.
He makes it work.
Yeah.
He
You
does
know what
make
I
it
mean?
work.
Also, turtlenecks are coming back.
Are they?
That's true.
Sasuke's actually ahead of the time.
Well, he's dead, so he was.
Yes, he was ahead of his time. Haku recognizes that Naruto attains self-actualization through the recognition of other people. Emma, I assumed that you would have something to say about this section because
Philosophical word.
I know,
Yeah.
because this is why Naruto wants to become Hokage. He sort of, because nobody ever gave him any validation, he recognizes himself as a person through how other people think of him.
That's so sad.
You know I could launch into Maslow's hierarchy
Well,
of needs
think about
right
it.
now.
That's why in the first episode, it opened with him fucking with the Hokage rock.
Yeah, he's trying to
Yeah.
get attention.
Exactly. Yeah,
Right.
because that's how, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. He needs people to
Any
acknowledge
press
him.
You
is
need
good
love.
press.
Any press is good press, man.
Yeah, you need ready?
Mhm.
You need physiological needs. Number 1. If you don't have like
Wait,
the
are you going to walk through all of Maslow's hierarchy?
Yes.
I could skip it. Basically,
It's like
okay.
the third time this week.
Physiological needs, safety, and then if you don't have love,
Yes.
then the things basically. Okay, so you need first you need
shit.
physiological, then safety, and then and then love, and then self-esteem, and then you can have self-actualization.
Right.
But
Maslow
if
would be
you if you
disappointed.
don't have the safety or the physiological needs, everything above it is completely torn down.
This is
Yeah.
crazy because my major psychology, and I was supposed to know this in Intro to Psych, and I had no idea what she's talking
Maslow's
about.
hierarchy is interesting.
Yeah,
The only
it's
thing,
neat.
the
It's
only thing
really
I came away with from Intro to Psych, or just Psych in general so far, is the Barnum effect. So anytime anyone mentions anything related to it,
What's
I see.
what's the Barnum effect?
Basically,
Ooh.
it's, you know
I
what?
know. You know he dropped it just so he can flex.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about how annoying I feel because this is all I say. When
No,
I hang
go
out with
ahead.
anyone, I go, "Do you know the Barnum effect?"
And you just did it on the podcast, so lay it
so
on me, lay it on me,
it's,
dog.
you know, tarot cards and
Oh, yes.
like all that, like Gemini,
yeah.
all that shit,
Yes.
where they're like, "Oh, hey, you're gonna go do something today," and you're like, "Wow, that is me. I did do something today."
Yeah.
It's anything vague that you can apply to yourself. That's what the Barnum
okay.
effect is.
Interesting.
A lot of like EDM music is Barnum
There was
effect.
so that would be like
fortune
the
cookies.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
the John Oliver on Fortune Tellers. Did you
Yeah,
watch that one?
Last
seen
week
that one.
tonight. Yeah, with the
that was a good
mediums.
one.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was very funny.
Yeah, check out Last Week Tonight, John Oliver on HBO.
We're plugging a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
this
we
week.
are.
Listen,
Please sponsor
AT&T, if you want to sponsor us anywhere down the line, I'll take it. I'll plug HBO. I'll plug John
Dumpster
Oliver.
again?
I'll
Yeah,
plug
I mean,
Dumpster again
we've
if
talked
they
about
sign.
Game of Thrones a couple of times too.
We have.
On the other hand, my cell phone provider is T-Mobile. Come at me.
I have Straight Talk,
Yeah,
so
I have
Walmart.
Sprint, but
Come on.
Yeah,
Listen,
I've got
whoever gives us
Verizon.
more money here, we're powerful.
but look, we can say AT&T is great because none of us know.
No,
So
Yeah.
it's not.
even if it's not, we're the perfect people to sponsor
That's
it
true.
because
Straight
we-
Talk, I'll leave you behind.
Straight
You're
talk,
shitty.
we'll get straight dropped. Boom. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Will I edit it out? Nope.
Nope.
I'm standing. I'm sticking to it.
You're making a stance here. We're anti-straight talk.
No, wait. No.
Do you think Allie's not? Allie's not. What if they? What if this came out?
Yeah, what if Straight Talk
and then your
wanted-
service got a lot worse the next day? They were like
It
aiming
couldn't
at
really
you.
get worse. I don't know.
Oh!
Ouch!
Fuck! Looks like we are coming for straight talk.
Alright, go to AT&T or like Cricket Wireless. I hear they're pretty good.
I don't have money.
Cricket
Wireless.
wireless.
Yeah,
Get
Straight Talk
outta
is
here.
so cheap. I need it.
That's fair. Do you think Walmart's gonna be around in a couple years? I was having this discussion earlier.
I mean,
Yes.
Whoa, what?
as long as the South exists, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe not up here, but maybe.
But I was just thinking, like, if Amazon starts doing brick and mortar stores,
Yeah.
will Walmart still exist?
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
I think
Okay.
so.
Because there will always be a poor class.
Yeah, that actually. Yeah, I mean,
Walmart's
like,
pretty. I mean, Amazon's
Walmart's
cheap,
cheap.
I feel like Walmart would be the last of them to go.
That's fair.
honestly.
Besides,
Yeah.
like, lemonade stands, like, the easiest way to get guns is at Walmart. 100%.
yes. Besides lemonade stands
No, sure, there's a guy in
on
a
the
suit.
street, dog.
Yeah, he's posted up in a lemonade stand. It's like one lemonade cup, like 5 cents.
Right.
AK-47, no background check, $700. Like,
Yeah.
it just happens.
Yeah,
It's with city shit. It's just,
That's
it just goes
insane.
on.
that's how it goes, man. Anyways, much how Naruto wants self-actualization from becoming Hokage, Zabuza offered this to Haku, who sought the boy for his Kekkei Genkai.
Sought the boy for his Gecko.
Sought the boy for his gecko. And Zabuza didn't fear it. He actually coveted it.
Is that it?
What?
Coveted?
No.
No.
It's definitely a word that means like, what's it called? The throwing one?
It's not.
No?
I think what's going to give it away is that I'm going to stumble when I say it.
Ooh, okay.
More so than I do when I say Kekkei Genkai.
I'm on the hunt. I'm on the watch.
Kekkei Genkai. It comes out pretty well when you say it like that. Because it just sounds like nonsense. When Zabuza approached Haku on that snowy bridge, Haku found a person who valued his existence.
Yeah.
Perhaps only as a tool, perhaps only for his Kekkei Genkai, but all the same, someone who needed him.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Sometime later, we're shown Zabuza defected from the Land of Water, intending to return and overthrow the land after traveling with Haku. In the present, Haku laments having failed to serve effectively as Zabuza's tool, and stumbling towards Naruto, the enemy ninja begs for death. Which is fucked.
Yeah, that's really dark.
Some real shit.
I think, you were mentioning last week about how, like, a lot of this stuff you weren't sure would be on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
And I think, like, Naruto is and Over the Garden Wall too, obviously from last night, but like,
yeah, which I didn't know.
Cartoon Network doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Right, which I totally forgot about because I hadn't watched it since I was like 5.
Absolutely,
They
yeah.
gave us Destroy, Build, Destroy. No one cares
Really
anymore.
did.
Oh shit!
Wait, was that with
did.
Andrew WK?
Yes.
Fuck yes.
Dude, but they had, it's like a repressed memory. The only thing I can remember is that they had the cast of the live-action Scooby-Doo movie and the live-action Ben 10 movie do an episode
That's
together.
the greatest crossover
It's
in history,
so
arguably.
fucking
That show is
weird.
great.
I would love to see Ben 10 versus Scooby-Doo.
It's some whack
They're
shit.
probably all owned... Wait, no. Oh, fuck. They
What?
are owned by AT&T. Oh my god.
Actually?
Naruto was on Cartoon Network. That's AT&T too.
Is it really?
Yeah.
We owe our lives to AT&T.
Sponsor
Dude, that's
us.
insane.
AT&T, if you have a podcast network, please let me join.
Look, if H3 Podcast can get into Payday, you can get us into the next Naruto game. Get Liam in the Naruto suit. He could do it. He could rock
Oh my
that.
God.
Imagine if we were playable characters.
I'm saying, dude, straight up, we can do it.
I believe in us.
We can get it to,
I
we
believe
can
it.
get to Evo. We can get Storm
Fuck
through to
yeah.
Evo. We can do it.
Meanwhile, Kakashi launches a summoning jutsu. So, like, new vocab term, everybody.
Woo.
Summoning jutsu.
Like Matrix. He's like,
You talk about the Matrix so much. It's
my
very
dad would
funny.
be so proud. I don't think I've ever seen the whole thing through. But
No, I've
What?
never seen The
Yeah,
Matrix.
It's really
okay.
fucking good.
Randall, thanks, Dad, showed me like parts of it like obsessively when I was a kid, like the spoon part when there's like there is no spoon, and then the jump part and the cookie part, and it's
Just
so
imagine
weird.
I don't know
like,
any of
It
this
makes me think of it. Like everything makes me think of Matrix. So
remember when I
thanks,
said
Dad.
like
funny.
when like Randall took so long in the bathroom because he was just hitting meth or something,
Sure.
like ninja drugs. So it's like I'm just imagining little tiny Allie, but like Allie's current head, but like with her like 4-year-old body, and just Randall off this ninja meth, going like, look at the scene with the Matrix.
Yeah, no.
look at how
Randall
the
goes
spoon
in the
bends.
bathroom to hit Katra, and he comes out with his phone pulled up to the spoon scene, and then he starts throwing real spoons at Allie, and he's like, "Look it, they're not real, they're bending, they're bending." Allie, if you can bend a spoon, I'll stop throwing them at you.
Jill opens the door and he's like, "Oh no, substitution! It's just a bunch of fucking silverware that falls on the ground."
Sorry, Dad.
Jill opens the door, he throws a log at her. And then Allie's like, "No, Mom, there's no log. Dad says there's no log."
There's no love.
Nothing's real.
Sorry, Dad. I love you.
Meanwhile, Kakashi launches a summoning jutsu, calling forth an army of ninja hounds from within the scroll, it kind of looks like.
Ninja
Yeah.
hounds.
From what? They're from the scroll, or they're from
Well,
nearby?
you see him slap the scroll down, and then, like,
Yeah.
text goes out into the ground.
Dude,
Oh.
So,
yeah, I've always wondered, because, like, in the games, like, his normal move is the dogs.
Yeah.
And I had no context for it. I was like, what the fuck
Oh,
is
yeah.
this? Where did they come from?
yeah, it's just a summon. Summoning jutsus get explained more later.
Okay, cool.
But
They're cool as fuck.
like a lot of this stuff, like how they called Jutsu dojutsu, you know?
Okay.
Right.
Or how a bloodline jutsu is Kekkei Genkai, you know? It's just sort
Yeah.
of a thing that they're dropping now, and they'll talk more about later.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I can
Tell
get
me if we
both
made a
of that.
competing insurance company named Gekken Gekkai. Like, what the fuck is it?
Kekkei Genkai?
We'll make mad money.
No one will be able to
No
pronounce
No,
one
it.
will.
because
Yeah.
people will just think we're Geico.
It's pretty funny.
We'll just use all. It's like dumb Starbucks.
Like
Yeah.
dumb Starbucks,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's
Yeah.
just another plug.
Oh,
Watch
yeah.
Nathan for You.
On Hulu.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like a real life thing that somebody
That one's not by AT&T though, so maybe we should be careful.
Don't watch it.
Yeah, don't.
You can, but don't say that we
You know how
make it.
like I make ideas and you execute them really well.
Yeah.
We're like Key and Peele, but we're like Nathan for you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That is so
Keen for
awesome.
you.
Yeah, just to wrap it up
Keen
though,
for you.
do Google dumb Starbucks. I guess
It's
we
a
won't
very
Google- we
interesting
won't say
thing.
anything
Watch
more.
the whole show. It's also
It's a great episode. Yeah, Nathan
Yeah.
for you. It's very
Or
good.
just even what dumb Starbucks is, because it's like it happens
It's
in real
crazy.
life.
Yeah.
Naruto's in it.
That's
That's false.
That's
All
true.
right.
but Naru, watch it.
Naru, watch it.
Naru
Yeah.
watched.
You
Dumb
can't
Starbucks.
tell, but one frame in the episode of Nathan for you
Is Naruto?
is Naruto.
Just a-
He
You gotta
runs
watch
across.
closely, yeah.
Right.
You can't see it, but when Nathan's holding his phone, you can't see what's on his screen. He's definitely listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
If you blink, you miss it. So.
That's true. Nathan for you, while he's filming it, Nathan Fielder is always listening to NaruTalk. Now I know
It
what you're
inspires
thinking.
him.
Not only is it not out on the day that we're recording this, nor was it out years before when he was recording that. It's not even out for several months after we record this. But it's true.
It's true.
I don't know how,
You
but it
can't
is
prove
true.
otherwise.
That's true. Because, you know, how, like, everything in the past could be a memory.
Exactly.
You can't prove that Nathan Fielder hasn't been listening to NaruTalk
Unless
this
he
whole
comes
time.
out, and which he'd have to acknowledge us, and then we win still.
That's true.
Yeah.
Even if he drops on Twitter, like, at NaruTalk Pod, I don't listen
Stop
to you.
talking to me. Like, you
I'll
guys
have to
are
leave a
weird.
5-star review. First of all, I don't listen to you. Second of all, people keep feeling my arm hair. And I'm sick of it. Anyways, Kakashi launches the summoning jutsu, and these dogs crawl through the ground and pounce on Zabuza.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So basically, in the past couple episodes, Kakashi has allowed himself to get hit directly by Zabuza twice.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out that this was intentional, so that he could get his blood on Zabuza, and the dogs could track its scent through the mist.
Whoa.
Which is pretty fucking
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
He's playing 4D chess.
He is
Yeah,
playing
every
4D
time,
chess.
every time I think that Kakashi Sensei is just a little bit off his rocker or off his
No,
game,
yeah.
you know, like he's got
I think
it.
in these episodes, Kakashi stepped it the fuck
Off his
up.
rocker like he's 70? Like,
yeah,
like
that's
he's
why I corrected it
retired?
and said off his game, but you know, just roll with
Hey man,
it.
he's got gray hair. We don't know.
That's true.
It's from the stress of all the kids he's failed.
That's true, yeah.
The stress of all the kids he's failed. Wow.
Dude, he covers his fucking eye because kids are just bullying him about it.
Oh, that's probably true.
Yeah.
That's probably why he failed them. He's
It's-
like,
Kids are
they
mean.
bullied
He
me.
says his closest friends died in combat, but in truth, they bullied him too much, drove him a little bit to the edge.
to
You
the
know?
edge.
Love his rocker.
A little off his rocker.
Summon some dogs after that.
Summon some dogs after them, it's true. As the mist begins to clear, Kakashi again proclaims that he can see Zabuza's death.
He's gotta stop doing that.
Yeah, Kakashi, you can't see the future, buddy. You gotta, what's that effect?
Barnum?
Barnum effect.
Ah, yes. Yeah, he's trying to use it, but Zabuza's not buying it.
It's the Barnum effect.
Zabuza really saw through that shit.
Yeah.
He was like, you're lying again. You're a piece of shit.
It's true.
I may be the murderer, but you're a liar, so who's
Yeah,
worse?
Zabuza demands to know if Kakashi plans to talk him to death. And then Kakashi reveals that,
Yikes.
yeah, pretty much. The dogs can tear Zabuza apart at a moment's notice, so Kakashi's going to take some time to not only gloat, but basically talk to the audience and give us Zabuza's backstory.
Yeah.
Which was
Which is nice.
helpful.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Look, it's nice. We don't ever really talk about it, which is cool probably, but like this show, a lot of the times the characters stop and they're like, hey, audience, yes, come over here. I'm just going to explain everybody's backstory to you
Lay
for a
it
minute.
down.
Let me
Yeah.
lay it down for you, dog.
We're going to pause and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it.
But honestly, if they didn't do that, I feel like it would just be all fighting.
That's
you
true,
know?
That's
yeah.
true.
You
Yeah.
need that slow moments to
Yeah.
grab yourself.
Basically, Zabuza planned to assassinate the Mizukage, which is the leader of the village hidden in the mist.
Right.
We talked about that before. There's different Kage in
Yeah.
in every hidden village. But his attempted coup d'etat failed, forcing him to go on the run with what few associates survived. We discovered that Zabuza is working as a contract killer for men like Gato to acquire the necessary funds to bankroll another coup.
Fuck.
Which explains, like you were asking last time,
Yeah.
why he's trying to kill Tazuna.
Right.
Dude, this is some weird shit, because, like, I just realized, you know when we play, like, the game, and it's, like, the first Okage, second?
Yeah.
Who the fuck are the other ones? Like,
Yeah.
who's the Mizukage of the time?
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck?
I know. There's a lot of like lore to
What
this
if it was just a
world.
dolphin? It's just like a dolphin.
Hey,
chilling.
it's in the land of water.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
Interesting.
Wouldn't it be the weirdest thing to happen?
Could be,
in
or it could
Naruto?
be, say, a dog that ate alphabet soup and learned to talk.
Martha?
Martha the Mizukage.
Is that you?
She's so
Martha
cute.
Mizukage sounds like a fire
She's so
name.
smart.
Yeah.
That's so
Martha?
cool.
Like, it's
Martha would be a great Kage.
How the fuck do they do jutsus and wipes its paw
Listen,
and just go crazy?
We don't know if one of those ninja hounds that Kakashi uses is Martha.
That's
Truly.
true. Yeah.
It's possible.
They could be all Martha.
They could be.
Whoa.
They're Martha and her shadow clones.
Because that's for the past fucking 6 episodes, they do the same fucking trick once Naruto and fucking Sasuke did, where they throw a
the
shuriken,
yeah.
and they're like, I was hiding under the shadow of the other shuriken.
Right.
No matter how big the shuriken is, it could be the size of my fucking finger, and they're like, I hit 2 clones down there.
Right.
Could be the size of Martha.
It could be.
She's big.
Listen, Raj, I know you haven't seen the show. I don't want you to picture Martha wrong. She's a relatively big tan dog.
She's yellow.
I imagine
That sounds like old Yeller.
She is.
Yeah, she
Is
is.
she golden
She's
retriever?
got a really little round
She
head.
might be like a yellow lab or
Yeah,
something.
she's yellow lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Typically, any dog that gets a TV show about it tends to be a yellow lab, like
This-
Dog with a Blog.
Oh, yeah. That's a great
Wow.
Wait,
show.
no, isn't Dog with a Blog like a black and white dog of some sort? Of some variety?
No,
Yeah.
no.
it
Oh,
is.
did I make it up?
Wait.
Thought the dog was yellow. All right.
No,
That's
it's-
okay. That's okay.
Or
It's
golden.
like a cow dog.
Martha Speaks would be...
Cow dog.
It looks like a
It
cow.
is. No, actually, I think you're right. But Martha Speaks would be a good show to make a podcast about because you could have it be like, we speak about Martha. Or, I don't know. Look, I'm not doing it. I'm just saying, I think you...
Dude,
Can we stop this?
I mean,
whatever this
we
is.
can get Martha Speaks, we can get Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg. They have a collab show. We can
Yeah.
get Miley Flanagan.
Every famous Martha.
In theory,
How about that?
we should get Snoop Dogg for this podcast. We know he's
Dude,
friends with Miley.
yes.
We're friends with Miley.
He's 420 friendly.
He's 420 friendly. You're a little high right now.
Yeah, we're doing good, and like, wow, Snoop, please, dude, Big Time Rush, dude,
Big fan.
dude, come on, fucking, like, Big Time Rush got ran over by them, and he gave him a feature. You could run me over as
I
many
love
times
that.
you want,
It's so
Snoop.
funny.
Yeah, I'll
You could
get rid of
just
it.
run me over. You don't even need to be on the pod. You could
If
run
we're
me
making a
over.
Martha Speaks
It'd be an
podcast,
honor.
I'll
It'd
get
be an
over.
honor, Snoop, to run me over with your weed like van.
Sweet man. Having exposited enough, Kakashi declares that he won't be killing Zabuza with the Sharingan or some cheap imitation jutsu,
Oh wow, lucky me.
but with his own original technique.
Oh,
Shit
my
is
word.
Crazy.
Okay, but this is cool though.
This is cool as fuck.
Kakashi is surrounded by electric chakra so strong that, like the Ninetales' chakra, it's visible.
Like eels.
Right.
Eels.
Which okay, I thought that was weird
Which
because
are also visible and electric.
That's an excellent point, Allie.
but I thought it was weird though that the entire time that Kakashi's going through Zabuza's backstory, Zabuza is mute and just lets the audience soak it all in.
Yeah.
But as soon as Kakashi starts like making his lightning eels,
Yeah.
all of a sudden Zabuza decides that this is worth speaking.
No.
And he
Yeah.
goes, "Oh, I can see it."
No, he's a dramatic guy. He lives life like a plague. Like remember when Gato showed up to his place and he swung his sword at him and was like
Like,
"Yo,
held it
I
out.
am the
Yeah.
demon of the."
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
call
Like
yourself the
Hamlet.
demon of the hidden mist, you gotta be a little theatrical.
Here's my working theory. I think that Zabuza was a theater kid, and after he graduated art school, he couldn't find work because the Mizukage cut all of like the arts funding in the village.
Of course they
Oh.
did.
And
my
so
principal in
exactly.
middle
Well, I mean,
school.
yeah, all of our schools, I'm sure, had
Dude,
art
that happened in
program
Canada.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, that happens here now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And so Zabuza plans to do a coup d'etat on the Mizukage so that he could have the arts programs supplant the football team.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And so all of this really is Zabuza's just a big fan of like Shakespeare and,
And
shit.
eels.
And
so.
eels, yes.
But just to clarify, I kind of generalized and said that eels are electric. Not all of them.
Oh, that's true.
They are
but
all
Not
visible.
all of them
They are
are
all
eels
visible.
either.
They are
some,
all visible.
Some are
they're
just
not all electric.
E, and some are just
Ols.
L's.
Yeah. Look, yeah, as an eel, you can be whatever you want. You can be visible.
Yeah.
You can be invisible.
I think you have to be visible.
Oh, you do have to be visible. And actually, Raj, I do want to loop back around. If you're an eel, you do actually have to be an eel. But you can be electric or non-electric.
It's true.
And
It's
ultimately,
up to you. It's not. It's,
yeah, and ultimately, that's what these 7 episodes have been about.
Listen, if-
eels can be electric or not. That's what it all means. God damn it. Anyways,
Believe it. We're
Yeah,
done.
if you're getting anything else out of this podcast,
Be safe.
you're
Have
wrong.
fun. Believe it.
the electric eel's energy is focused into Kakashi's palm, and it forms a lightning blade.
It's not an eel blade.
Dude, this is the craziest shit.
Yeah.
Of like, cause like this reminded me of like fucking elementary school. Cause like my arm was like broken and had veins like the way like so like
And hair.
my friend was like, "Whoa, dude, it's like you have the lightning blade." I'm like, "What?" He says, "Here, hold your arm like that." Like, well, he's like, "Look, your veins are blue, and the lightning was blue in that episode, so like you're like Kakashi." I was like, "Whoa."
Did you know what that meant then?
Oh yeah, I was a weeb.
We've been weebs
out
since
the
day
womb.
one.
Yeah, I came out with a headband on. They cut my umbilical cord with a kunai. It's how it goes.
fucking funny. Bro, they actually probably do cut umbilical cords with kunai in this
Straight
world.
up, dude.
That's so fucking funny.
You're either a kunai person or you're a samurai sword person. It's just
Yeah.
how it goes in that world.
It's like non-electric and electric eels.
Actually, I think it's like you're either a bridge builder or you're a lumberjack.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
the thing, it depends on what region you're in. With the hidden leaf village,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was porn mag owner or ninja.
That's true.
Or lumberjack.
Yeah.
Or lumberjack. They expanded.
Look,
that took years.
the lumberjack industry is fucking massive. That's how the substitution jutsu works.
Oh,
Dude, there has to be.
Where do you think Randall gets his logs to throw at Jill?
Oh, fuck. Dude, and then like bunny breeders in the hidden mist must be going crazy.
Oh yeah. That's a callback to Zabuza's substitution with a bunny.
good job, good job.
He swapped it up a little bit. He kept it interesting, you know?
Yeah, he did.
Simultaneously to Kakashi making the lightning blade, Naruto is refusing to accept that Haku can feel so deeply for someone who uses them like a tool. Haku, however, confesses that being given a purpose by the killer is all he needed. And we see this flashback where, like, Haku caught a bunny, and Zabuza was like, oh, yeah, nice bunny, and patted him on the head.
Oh, yeah.
But what I got from that is that there was, like, some sort of love undercutting their relationship.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't overt. Like, they had some form of connection.
Yeah.
Now, having failed Zabuza, Haku can't imagine carrying on, and insists that Naruto kill him. And that's how the episode ends.
Cliffhanger.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's powerful.
What
Will he
That's
kill
a
him?
real shit.
Won't he kill him? Guess we're gonna find out.
Find out immediately, right now.
Yo.
Yo. Well, not between episodes. Between segments on the podcast, Raj.
And that's
Yo.
the power
It's like
of
you're a first-time listener.
watching the podcast instead of watching it 10 years ago.
Yes.
It's on demand.
Oh,
And
yes.
That is awesome.
So, episode 18, we cut away from the bridge
Bye, Bridge.
to Inari.
Oh, this part's so great.
Yes. Guilty that the Leaf Ninja are fighting for the Land of Waves while the citizens do nothing, Inari has decided to recruit the villagers to fight together and stand up
That's so
against
nice.
Gato and his thugs. Yeah, that's a really baller move.
It was pimp as
It
fuck.
takes a village
Yes.
to raise Inari.
Oh,
Wow.
fuck.
Good line.
The
Wait,
Nari
what
side
musical
story.
is that? Because isn't
That's
that
a phrase.
Yeah, it's just a term, like farmer's market. It's just a term.
really?
That
I
just
thought
a
it was
term?
a musical.
Maybe it's in one.
Anyway,
I mean, like I'm sure that they say it in a
I
musical.
assume everything comes from musicals.
It
Just
probably comes from
FYI.
Seinfeld, to be honest.
Like double dipping.
Do you imagine like the cast of Naruto, but like doing West Side Story?
Oh God.
But,
Does Miley Flanagan sing? Did we ask her?
Ooh, I don't think so. She did a lot of acting troops and improv, but
So probably
I don't think she sang.
I mean, she probably has good control of her voice.
Yeah,
That's
So-
true. That's true.
If you put her on the spot for like
she can do
karaoke,
Jakers. She can do singing. She can do anything.
Oh, she can do anything.
Anything.
She's
I
a
mean,
magical woman.
they made her
Lab
sing the
rats?
intro. I mean, like when Naruto
Oh,
goes,
yeah.
"Come on!" Like he says that,
I'm
Yeah.
not saying, but
but they make him say "Come on,"
Yeah.
saying.
but they make him say "Come on."
When Inari approaches his uncle, however, he gets nothing but a locked door in response. Kaiza, Inari's father, died trying to be a hero, so why should anyone else fight back and join him?
They really,
Yeah, he's like, heroes die, bitch.
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
really exploited that still frame thing they've been doing for
Oh,
a
yeah.
while here.
I know, that's all I could think about. I was
Well,
like,
look-
the door is closed, so
Yeah.
they don't have to animate
When
the
the
uncle.
animation is animated,
When
though,
they look like Beyblades, that shit is crazy.
this shit moves
Yeah,
in these
Yeah.
three
I know,
episodes.
Well,
know.
they choose where they want
So
it.
I'm a little more forgiving. Unlike the last four, where it was like still animation all the time.
Oh, yeah,
In
it
these
made
ones,
sense.
it's like, yeah, okay,
I don't know,
that makes sense.
I just wish they committed to not show me his uncle's face. Like, just
Oh, yeah.
make him unknown still.
Right, yeah.
That's true, but then at the end, he's like,
Yeah, then
Yeah,
I see him, and it
Yeah.
just looks
Yeah.
like one
he
of those.
whimpers like Inari. That's how you can tell that they're related.
He just doesn't look like an important character, so it looks like one of those background ugly characters that doesn't really
Yeah.
take, like, they don't have good features because they draw them so often.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
like, that's why Inari looks so, like, fucking different. And he looks like, you know, a little nerd.
Well, Inari's uncle not answering the door and mentioning Kaiza infuriates Inari, who, living by Kaiza's wisdom, refuses to live a life of regrets by continuing to wallow in cowardice.
Wallow
Yeah.
in cowardice.
Nice
That is a
phrase.
great
I'm telling
fucking
you, man,
phrase.
when I'm writing these fucking outlines, I'm like, ooh, yeah, let's get it.
Truly, Liam's the one a fan of Shakespeare here.
Yeah, the way that the outline sounds versus the way that we all speak is so different.
Yeah.
No, but that's good. You know, it separates it.
Oh,
We all
yeah,
speak
no,
when
I
we went
like
to
it.
school through 4th grade, and this is like college level.
I know, when we read, it's like, you ever, like, lose internet and you have to play that dinosaur game on Chrome? It's
Yes.
like, that's, like, talking. But
That's the sidetrack, and then the outline is the actual website.
yeah.
It's so funny. Within his uncle's home, Inari's aunt notes that Inari is maturing, and that without the help of the locals, Inari will be all alone and surely perish, as no one will even open their door to hear the child out. Inari truly does intend to head to the bridge and fight alone, determined to live up to Naruto's proclamation that he's brave.
She just seemed like she's been waiting to tell the uncle off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like,
For
really? Like,
Oh,
come
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I mean, definitely, like, I don't know. Two ways it can be taken is that she was either strapped and ready to go too,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah.
she was like, you gotta go. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
I'm not.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's a subplot there somewhere.
Yeah.
So, I
You
wonder
gotta
if
stop
that's
throwing spoons at our daughter.
We can't afford the logs anymore. We have to export them. There's no fucking trees in the land
Actually,
of
there are a
mist.
lot of
Stop
logs in
talking
my
about the
house.
Matrix.
Wood stove.
Looks
So
like
imagine doing substitution.
Yeah, I
and instead of
know.
the log is a wood stove that fucking he throws.
Oh my gosh. Randall, please don't throw wood stoves.
no, there is no
Fucking
wood
Brawlix
stove.
ninja
Much like
strength.
a spoon, there is no
That's-
wood stove.
that's true.
Yes. One time,
Yes.
Allie was trying to demonstrate bending a spoon, like from
A
the
metal.
Matrix.
It was metal.
It was a metal spoon. Yeah, we were at like a diner or something, I think. And Allie tried to bend the spoon and snapped it.
The metal spoon.
Christ.
I mean, it was a shitty diner spoon, but I felt very powerful.
It was. There truly was no
Joshua
spoon.
let
I
after
took
that.
it home because I didn't want to leave it on the table.
Fucking the nine-tailed fox be released.
Yeah.
Like,
I could see Joshua's chakra as she split
I
the
guess
her
so.
nails became pointy as shit.
Back on the bridge, Naruto struggles to bring himself to murder, though Haku insists that Naruto can't be a mighty warrior if he won't kill. Naruto refutes this notion, convinced that fighting until only one person remains isn't the only way to be a shinobi, and killing isn't the only way to show you're strong.
That's nice.
He's such
That's
a pure
hard
boy.
shit.
He's so good.
Yeah, there's like some good morals under this, you know?
Yeah.
It's like some PBS shit.
Ooh,
I think
yes,
that's why-
I see you.
I think that's why Allie hasn't revolted against watching anime yet, because it's like, I am learning from this. I love edutainment.
Edutainment.
I was raised on PBS.
It's true.
I hope I learn a new letter in this episode.
PBS and oatmeal. And Annie's mac and cheese.
And only grits.
Dude, I never realized how many people actually like oatmeal truly
Yeah.
until I
So
got to
great.
college because I tried to make it once and it ended up because I don't drink milk because I'm allergic to it. So
Oh, yeah, right.
I used water and I.
You're allergic to milk? You eat ice cream all the
No,
time.
no, I'm not lactose. It's just physical milk.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Allergies are wacky, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
but
about the preservatives?
That's crazy.
It's
Okay.
it's just weird because like I was just like 14 and I poured like raw oatmeal into water and I was like
Oh.
do something like come on like
That's certainly an interesting take on how to make
so I
oatmeal.
microwaved it for 10 minutes and then I ate
Closer,
it
closer.
and it was
Did you die?
strange.
Well, just so that everybody knows, this is a podcast about Naruto, not making oatmeal, so take our Naruto advice. Do not take our oatmeal making advice.
I can tell you how to make oatmeal. I won't because it'll take a while. But
Yeah.
not like
Because
that.
I don't fuck around with how to make oatmeal.
It's a whole process.
Look, if you want another hour and 15 minutes to the podcast, we'll do it for the
Sub to the
Patreon stream.
Patreon. Allie's oatmeal corner.
Like, we watched
Because-
this video last night on every way to cook an egg. I can do every way to cook oatmeal, which is one, but it'll be just as long.
Do you use milk?
Hey, save it for the oatmeal corner.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
I
We-
make it
we
in water
get
and then
Allie
I
on
add
the
milk
wood
after.
stove.
Okay, that's fair. I hate when people only use water, though.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
Taking
only
a
use
hard
water.
anti-water
No
stance
offense,
to
Raj, I'm
oatmeal.
Yeah,
sorry.
I only use
I
water.
add milk
Ouch.
after.
It's creamier. It's creamier if you use
Yeah,
milk.
but first off, no.
No,
And
yes.
Yeah.
I think it's perfectly fine with that water.
It's
no, but
fine,
it's
but it's creamier.
creamier.
All right,
No,
give
okay,
us a
look,
5-star
no,
review
look.
and tell us your opinion on
No,
oatmeal.
it comes down to like you know when Kakashi was in the like Zabuza's water,
And it was thicker.
It was thicker.
Yes,
Oh,
and
you
it's
probably had milk in
creamier.
it.
And
Yeah,
you added
absolutely.
milk to
Zabuza
that.
added a little bit of milk. So in a way, Naruto has taught us about oatmeal.
Because Zabuza's a health and fitness freak, and oatmeal's a really good meal.
Dude,
Oatmeal's good for you.
this is the end game of podcast episodes. Just everything is tied together.
It's working out really well.
Wait, that explains why he didn't say anything when the dogs were there and he was explaining his backstory. He's
Yeah.
eating oatmeal the whole time.
Yeah, that's what he's got under those bandages. Because we've seen his mouth. It's like he's got weird teeth,
he
but it's
opens it like a cartoon and
'Cause
pours
he's a
it
demon.
down his fucking bandages.
yeah, he's got a little bit of oatmeal in there at all times, and he's just sort of.
That's what I would do.
Interesting.
I mean, they're running around. They gotta fuel up. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
Oatmeal's
carbs
good
are
for
good.
you, yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna eat a protein bar on
That's
the field.
why
You gotta
Haku
eat-
can do the jutsus with one hand.
Because the other hand's eating oatmeal. Yeah.
True.
Haku continues to insist that Naruto kill him, however, and Naruto ultimately respects his enemy's wishes, lamenting that had they met under different circumstances, they could have been friends.
Fuck, that hurt.
Yeah.
That was some real shit.
Because they have a lot of common, and
Yeah.
remember, Naruto would defos fuck Haku.
Naruto
Yeah.
also needs friends.
He
He's
does.
in the market for friends.
Yeah,
He
desperately.
still has no friends,
That's true.
technically. Iruka's just some weirdo who keeps feeding his kid ramen for some odd reason.
He's like a
Sakura
mentor,
fucking hates him. Sasuke just became his friend and then died. So his record's not looking good here.
That's true.
Naruto runs towards Haku, drawing his kunai to slaughter his opponent. Oops. And thinking of Sasuke and his lost dream as Haku silently thanks Naruto. It's very powerful.
Yeah.
This moment. Simultaneously, Kakashi charges Zabuza with his lightning blade, prompting Haku to catch Naruto's strike, informing him that circumstances have changed and Haku has one last purpose. Then Haku vanishes.
I think the Haku's substitution jutsu is the prettiest thing in the world. It's all glitter and like
Yeah,
light.
that's cool.
It's
Oh,
so
shit,
nice.
I missed that.
Because Haku
That's cool.
can do one-handed fucking ice gecko shit.
Right.
So they don't need logs or anything. They
Yeah,
just
exactly.
need
Glitter.
pure light and
Yeah.
glitter.
Dude, good for him. That's awesome.
Haku went to
Gecko.
Michael's before this fight and just fucked out of glitter for this one
It's
move.
next to PetSmart, so we got the gecko and then we got the glitter.
Ooh, there it
And
is.
he got the rabbit for the substitution
my
too.
One
We're really
trip area
tying
is
it
the best.
all
You
here.
park once, you got in your car, you get back in your car, you go home.
Exactly. You only have to frog hop to one location.
Yeah, and then you're ready for a good bridge battle.
It's lovely. Yeah, and it's all on the way to the bridge too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, downtown. Kakashi, meanwhile, swings his lightning blade forth to impale Zabuza, only for Haku to reappear between the Jonin, throwing Senbon at the summoning scroll, which makes the ninja hounds disappear, and taking Kakashi's jutsu head on.
Fuck.
Like, it shows it, and the lightning is stabbing through Haku,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
fucking bloody.
Right on
Yeah.
Haku's
Oh, there's
heart.
a lot of blood. There's
Yeah.
blood fucking everywhere.
I
There's
was
blood in Kakashi.
More than ever before.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's like the 8-point kill move. Zabuza talked about it 200 times, so Kakashi's like, all right, I'll go for the heart, I
Oh
guess.
yeah, this is a 10
I
out of 10 point
guess.
kill move.
This yeah, it's a 10-point kill.
Forget
move.
the 8 points that you can kill someone with. This is a 10 out of 10.
The other two that you
kill.
can, it's like, you know how Val is like, it's sometimes why?
Yeah.
There's sometimes
The other two are
other
sometimes
ones,
kill
yeah.
points. Yeah, absolutely, that makes sense. At this point, I want to sort of note a difference in the manga between the anime, and that's that in the manga we see a Kakashi's hand goes all the way through
Oh, yeah.
Haku,
Interesting.
and it is fucking disgusting. You know how we talked in the first episode about how Kishimoto was more practiced writing seinen manga than shonen, which means he was more practiced writing for an older audience
Right.
Yeah.
than for younger boys. This first arc, the reason it's so dark even when it's an anime and it's been censored a little bit is because Kishimoto was writing dark stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
And in the manga, because I'll talk about it a little when we're doing what we thought section,
Yeah.
but the manga volume where these episodes happen in was my first exposure ever to Naruto.
Wow.
And
So you read this one first?
yeah.
Why?
My
Oh, you
fuck, I'll
read
talk
it,
about it
loser.
now. My no, listen. I had an older cousin who had this volume of Naruto, and we're talking. I'm not talking modern day, where like middle schoolers and college kids basically have all the same references. I'm talking like early 2000s. You know what I mean? Where like if you were 12, you were the hottest shit on the planet.
Yeah.
And so I was like 5 or 6, and I like snuck into his room while he was off one day, and I found Naruto Volume 4. And I fucking, like, I opened it up and I flipped to this page with Kakashi stabbing through Haku, blood everywhere, him holding lightning.
At 5 or 6?
Yeah, and it was this massive, it took up 2 pages of the manga.
Whoa.
And then on the bottom you saw all the reaction shots with the dogs and shit, and there
That's
was
cool.
blood, and it's incredibly dynamically drawn, and like, this moment is ultimately, I mean, that's why we're doing this podcast. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
So it's important to note the difference between the manga
Real
and
shit.
the anime there. There's one other that's going to come back, because this volume of the manga was fucking dark.
Even in the anime, still that fucking like straight to the heart.
Oh, yeah,
lightning
no,
blade
it's
was
still, and
hardcore.
super bloody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is.
And
fucking
even though the
insane
whole
shit.
arm doesn't go through Haku, the lightning still
Yeah.
does, and we see it.
Yeah.
Then we cut back to the village. You know, a little tension reliever, where Tsunami scolds Inari for going to the bridge alone, but Inari insists that he must, because no one else will, and he can't just
Yeah.
not go.
And he's all dressed up and ready. He's got his little hat on.
Yeah.
When you said we would go back to the village, for some reason I blanked and I thought, is Aruka gonna speak
Back
now?
to the Leaf Village.
Yeah,
Oh my
I thought
gosh.
Aruka just suddenly appeared
Dude, you
again.
love Aruka.
Dude, I swear. Okay,
Dreaming about him.
okay, I got really high and I watched one of the episodes and he hasn't left my mind now. It's just another voice in my head. But it's just me saying things, but in the voice of Aruka. It's just terrifying.
Naruto, let's go get ramen.
Who is Naruto? I don't even know him.
But yes, Inari, he straps a little pot to his head, which is so cute. It reminded me of Greg from Over the Garden
Yes.
Wall,
Yeah.
putting a teapot on his
Shout
head.
out to Over the Garden
I
Wall. Check it
know.
out.
But he straps a little pot to his head, and he's got a little crossbow, and he marches out the door, and he's like, I'm gonna be just like my daddy. And then Tsunami like sort of sees him as Kaiza for a second, and
Which
it's
is pretty
really
cool.
cool. And then Inari steps outside, and we see he's surrounded by shadows of people. We don't know who, because then it cuts to the bridge.
Yeah, because you assume it's supporters because of what the ant must have said.
Right,
But
but
at
it
the same
could
time,
also
though-
be Gato's thugs.
Yeah, people ready to kill
Yeah.
Inari.
Gato
So all we know is
transport.
that Inari's surrounded, and then we cut back to the bridge. At the bridge, Naruto looks around for Haku, because Haku just sort of vanished.
Yeah.
And he struggles to grasp the weight of what has occurred when he locates this like super bloody sacrificial scene. Zabuza just laughs because once again he's proved that Kakashi's predictions are false, and he swings his giant blade to cut through Haku to get to Kakashi.
This is fucking scary.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
so
scary.
sad. Kakashi's like, he's gonna cut through the boy to get to me?
Yeah, man, he'll
Yeah.
do it.
And that was real fuck shit.
Yeah. Kakashi manages to evade, carrying Haku's corpse with him, and he places Haku down gently, closing his eyes before continuing the fight.
Dude, the fucking the frame of Haku looking at Kakashi with his eyes open, taking
Where
the
he's
blade.
dead?
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah.
It is. I never understood why. Like, cause watching it again, I was like, his eyes should have been closed there. Like that was weird. But then the eyes just like they were soulless.
Yeah, they were like
dead.
they were
Yeah.
dead people eyes.
Because you know that as soon as he was hit, he was
that
dead.
was it
Yeah,
on
yeah.
impact.
But like when Sasuke got hit by all the needles, we had that moment where he fell.
Yeah.
But his eyes like closed and he was like he sort of crumpled up.
Yeah.
This is the first that we're seeing. Oh
He's,
no.
like, stunned, yeah.
This person is dead.
like dead.
Yeah,
dead.
this is a dead body on the battlefield. And
Yeah.
Kakashi takes a moment to like close the eyes.
It's
and
a different
shit.
kind of
Yeah.
corpse.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah,
see
for
why
sure.
like Kakashi's all popular and shit. He's kind of killing people
Yeah.
on the spot.
But he's
now.
also he's got some respect
Yeah.
for the dead, you know?
You know, he's not gonna put this one in his bingo
Yeah.
book. It doesn't count.
Not this is not for the bingo
no,
book.
this is
No,
for
no.
this is a hobby. This is
Yeah.
on the side.
Sakura sees Naruto. Now the mist is sort of clearing up, and she celebrates that he's okay because presumably that means Sasuke's okay too.
I know.
And Naruto's
Oh.
silent. He's like, skirt. And like Kakashi's worried about how Sakura's gonna feel. Zabuza, very out of character. He's not waiting around anymore. He fucking launches.
You gotta
to
focus
strike.
on
Yeah.
me.
he says you better fucking focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
He
the
ran
end
out of
game, man.
oatmeal. This is it.
He's got no more oatmeal in the mask. He's in it for the
No
fight.
distractions.
Luckily, Kakashi manages to kick him out of the way. Sakura can't go over to check on Sasuke because she's supposed to guard Tazuna,
Yeah.
but Tazuna sort of takes her hand and he's like, no, I'll go with you so you can bodyguard.
Oh.
See, this is a really good Sakura scene.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that
also
was good.
To the
Tazuna
Tazuna.
as well, yeah.
Yeah.
When the two finally reach Sasuke, she falls to her knees, feeling his cold body, and noting that, unlike, you remember in the survival exercises where Kakashi cast a genjutsu and it made it look like
Yeah.
Sasuke was dying?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sakura feels it and she's like, oh, this is no genjutsu.
He did. Dude.
Oh my
His
gosh.
body is cold.
Did she say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, this isn't a genjutsu. And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
haha,
yeah.
it's a callback.
Oh, I
I'll
didn't
write it
realize that's what
down.
that was.
Yeah. But it's...
Me neither, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, but you know how Haku, he had a lot of suddenly like his character was really really developed. I think that Sakura kind of had the same thing for a whole 30 seconds.
Yeah,
though.
well, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
when the episodes are paced better,
Yeah.
it allows for character development to be...
I mean, it's just like it's a really good little detail because Sakura wasn't in the Haku fight, so she has no idea what the fuck
Yeah,
Haku
she
is
was
doing.
Right, yeah.
Because she
So-
doesn't know that Haku does cold shit.
yeah, that's true. She doesn't even know.
She doesn't know. It was a mist. She has no idea what the fuck happened for the past like hour and a half.
Cold.
That's true.
And
Oh yeah, they couldn't see anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
Tazuna
Yeah.
and Sakura
That
are
changes
super in the
Taza
dark.
was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
the fog's lifting now." Like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
That changes
Sakura
things.
got the good deal at that shit.
Yeah, but also it'd be scary to come in and be like, oh shit,
Yeah.
mad people are dead, and I didn't even see what happened.
Not a single thing.
Yeah. Tazuna, when he's with at Sasuke's body with Sakura, he's like, oh, it's okay, you can cry. And Sakura gets a pretty badass speech. She's like, oh, you know, I always study in school, and I learned the 100 shinobi principles. And I remember one time when I was taking a test, they asked me to recite the 25th one. A shinobi never shows their feelings, no matter the circumstance. Feelings are a weakness that only cloud judgment and weaken a sense of duty. But despite her saying this, she can't hold it in. And she starts to cry over Sasuke's body, which is fucking powerful. Like,
Yeah.
that is good character development. She collapses onto Sasuke's chest, and Tazuna has a moment where he's like, this is fucked. That the shinobi
Yeah.
life puts this on, like, kids.
Yeah.
Raj, what are you thinking about? You look like you're pondering this moment.
No, I'm just thinking about how seriously dark this shit is happening because, like,
Oh, yeah.
fuck, this is real, man. Like, Haku's dead.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Tazuna's, it's like, Sakura's like, you can't show fucking emotion. You, like, and like, Zabuza's laughing, like, because if he can't show emotion, he only knows one thing, and that's primal aggression.
Yeah.
So even with Haku dead, Zabuza's like,
Right.
it doesn't matter.
Don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, everything changed in these 3 episodes.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
it's
real
crazy.
dark shit.
Meanwhile, Kakashi and Zabuza continue their battle, with Zabuza struggling to keep up, and at this point he's been impaled in the tricep by 2 kunai. He charges Kakashi, but the Jonin knocks Zabuza back easily with a swift uppercut, and then spins into a second punch.
Oh my
Fucking
gosh.
Beyblade.
Yeah,
again.
it's
We're
quick.
spinning.
I know. I have to pause the episode so much during a battle scene because I'm like, okay, pause, punches him. Okay, play. Pause. Spins into another blow.
Pause again, Thesaurus, and
Yeah,
this one.
Like, the better animated it is, the more of a headache it is to write about it because I have to because more happens
Yeah.
in so much less time. Zabuza swings his massive blade wildly, but like he's getting very unrefined with it. Zabuza's getting desperate, and Kakashi does that super speed thing where he like appears behind him,
Yeah.
and he criticizes the assassin's inability to keep up and says that the assassin misunderstands what true strength is.
Oh my gosh, but he's probably freaking out because of Haku. I didn't realize. I was like, why is
Yeah.
he so
Zabuza?
shaken up? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck, that
Like,
makes more sense.
This hit him harder than he's allowing people to see.
Yeah.
Kakashi grasps 2 kunai and pulls back to impale Zabuza, but Zabuza is able to whip his sword arm backwards to divert Kakashi's attack, and it makes him lose his grasp on his trademark weapon, but he does manage to avert Kakashi's blow.
That was some
Yeah.
cool double jointed arm representation right there.
For real.
Shout out Zabuza, backwards arm sword throwing shit. And plus, it's accurate to the game because he does do it in the game. He can't hit you from behind.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Look. Sidebar. At the Storm developers, when you're in a fighting game, you've played Mortal Kombat, you've played Mortal Kombat versus DC. You guys know.
Yeah, actually.
When you're facing an enemy, that is when you should be able to hit them.
I just press all the buttons.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
beat me
me
every
too.
time in Mortal Kombat.
I also win.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
very bad at Mortal Kombat. But in the fucking Naruto game, Zabuza swings his sword backwards, so even if you use a substitution jutsu, he can still fucking hit you.
Still hit you.
I'm sorry. Okay, that's enough video game talk, but just that's bullshit.
Storm developers, please re-release Storm 3. Get it to Evo. We can do it together.
Yeah.
Believe it.
Believe it.
Okay. Oh god, I'm all flustered now. So Zabuza loses his grip, and Kakashi, even though he didn't manage to kill Zabuza with that hit, now there are 2 kunai in each of his arms, which means both of his arms' muscles are sort of torn.
Yeah, they're freaking out.
Yeah, Zabuza can no longer move his arms. He can't do jutsu. He can't pick up his sword. He's real fucked.
Fucked, yeah.
As Kakashi and Zabuza are having a little standoff, Gato arrives. And he starts
fucking
mocking
bitch.
Zabuza and Haku for their humiliating defeat, and it pulls back to show Gato is surrounded by a veritable army of thugs.
All
so
just
scary.
bootleg samurai like the other 2
Oh, yeah,
losers he's
yeah.
been using.
Look, I know the other 2 samurai sucked, but these are like fucking 100.
Do you think if they made a giant wooden wall in front of all those samurai and you put one door?
Oh, they would have a fucking field, Jay. A giant wooden wall with one small door, and they're like, "Oh yeah, time to cut some walls." And that's the end of episode 18.
Woo.
Episode 19 opens with Gato explaining that he's brought the thugs to kill Zabuza so he won't have to pay him, and that he hopes that Zabuza managed to kill a few of the hired men so that they don't all need to be compensated either.
Which is a huge red flag for everyone involved there.
Yes, seriously, I don't know
Yeah.
why the thugs aren't like,
Okay, so
sorry.
you're really not going to pay this guy because you're going to kill him.
Yeah.
You already gathered me, all right? I'm under equity.
I mean, these guys just
Union.
spend all day cutting down walls instead of going through a door.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah.
they don't have a house anymore. They've
Oh,
cut
certainly
around
not.
the
They've
entire
been cutting
wall.
through the. They've been cutting
It's
through
like
the
when you
wall.
play The Sims and you're not rich enough to afford the walls yet, but you have all
Yeah.
the flooring done and everything.
And nobody's rebuilding anything at this point because the bridge builder seems to be the only guy interested in any form of
Yeah, everybody else is too
architecture, I guess
depressed.
you'd call it. Yeah.
Yeah, Raj, psychology major. This whole show is like this arc is a meditation on depression. Ultimately,
Truly.
Zabuza, noting that he's no longer under Gato's employ, informs Kakashi that he has no further intention of harming Tazuna, and that therefore they're no longer enemies.
Which is so cool of Kakashi. He was like, okay, yeah.
Well, that's because Kakashi's been in this life for a while.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
knows what it's like to live that hardcore ninja style.
Yeah.
It was just so badass because Zabuza, even though he was a villain, he was a cool fucking guy.
Yeah.
Like, he was doing fucking water dragons and shit.
yeah.
So, like, to see him go from, like, bad guy to, like, cool guy.
But that's
Not good guy, but cool
that's
guy.
part of this arc, like telling you how real the world is.
Yeah,
you know? It's
no,
like
straight
if it ain't the
redemption.
mission, it ain't the move.
Yeah.
He's not getting paid. Money's the movement.
Also, because he says at one point, there's like, oh, there's so much killing, like you have to get used to it, you have to watch it and be aware of it. Like, I don't think he wants to kill anybody unless he has to.
Yeah,
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Zabuza's like a cold-hearted guy, but he's not. I don't think he's crazy. You know?
Yeah.
I think that he's just been in this shitty world his whole
Yeah.
life. Gato swaggers up to Haku's resting corpse, and remembering the time that Haku grabbed his arm and almost broke it from squeezing it so hard.
Oh, right, because he has a cast.
Yeah. Yeah, that is why his
Yeah.
arm's in a cast, yeah. He kicks Haku's corpse with this
But they
flagrant disrespect.
cut away from it.
Maybe that might be a censorship thing, to be
yeah,
honest.
because I really thought Haku got like their face crushed or something.
Yeah, there's a good chance that, like, I don't know for sure, obviously,
Right.
but there's a chance that you aren't allowed to, like, desecrate a dead body on Cartoon
That
Network.
makes sense,
Probably.
yeah.
Because the shit's really weird. Like, you can have someone die, but you can't
'Cause that's
say.
pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, the censorship is really weird and specific.
Because they
I feel
just
like that's
showed
censorship
like
in most things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, no, absolutely.
because they showed like Kakashi totally taking that life away of Haku's.
Right.
And, like, but like that's fine because that was blood and all.
I think
whole
that's why they
But
say
that's
shit
part of the
like,
plot,
he's
you know?
going to the afterlife, or I'm going to end this man's career.
They bust
That's
out
fair.
thesauruses at that time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
murder him, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I know you're gonna die and all, but like, give me a second. I gotta Google this one word.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I can't.
know
say
you're
it.
going to ascend soon, but this infuriates Naruto, who charges towards Gato and must be physically restrained by Kakashi. Naruto condemns Zabuza for allowing such treatment of his deceased friend, but Zabuza insists that he was just using Haku and that because the boy is dead, he doesn't matter anymore. And the loss of Haku's power is the only thing that holds any significance.
That was such a good moment for Naruto.
I know. Yeah, and it's kind of fucked that Zabuza's like, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the Gato's kicking his body, and ugh, it's a nasty scene.
Yeah,
it's
no, this is dark.
Yeah, it's
Well,
some real
because
shit.
we spent all these past episodes seeing Zabuza as our big bad.
Yeah,
And so
that's
they
true.
need to convince us in an instant that Gato is the real villain.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's successful.
Yeah, they
Kinda
did.
did.
Because he's the shittiest dude ever.
Got to transportation.
There's a reason why he is the drug lord.
Yeah, Gato transportation.
Yeah.
The Steve Jobs of
Steve Jobs
Oh,
of
yes.
the Hidden Mist.
Jeff Bezos of Amazon. Please sponsor us at Audible.
Please, Audible.
Naruto continues castigating Zabuza. He may not be after Tazuna anymore, but Naruto can't fathom his lack of respect for Haku.
I can't believe.
I can't believe.
I can't believe you guys didn't get that. It was castigate.
Castigate?
Yeah, that's the thesaurus word.
Can you
Wait,
read
I thought you
that?
said
Yeah,
cast
say that
away.
sentence all
No,
over
no,
again.
no. Naruto continues castigating
I thought you
Zabuza.
said cast away Zabuza.
Castrating?
Oh, I was
That
thinking
works
about
too.
Jeff Bezos when you said that.
yeah,
not
I
lying.
was still not.
I was still thinking about the big B.
Oh no, cast. Cause
What
cause
does
you
it
said it
mean?
was a synonym for launch. Like,
No, oh yeah,
No.
no. Castigating is like just yelling at somebody for something.
Ooh, why
fuck,
did you
you
need that
really
word?
ripped out the old ancient thesaurus for that
Oh,
one.
Yeah.
Why did you need that word?
Because
Why
I
did you say
say
yell?
no, I say scold a lot. I say condemn a lot.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll switch it up a little bit. I'll see
Go
if
a little
anyone
crazy
notices the
on
word
it. What is it again?
castigate.
Castigate.
Yeah. Yes. And that is just what Naruto does.
When King
to
Arthur
Zabuza.
wrote the Bible there and then, he also made the thesaurus right next to the round table.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the the knights of the round table who were a little upset that day, the ones who were being a little bitch.
Uh-huh.
They wrote the thesaurus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're the ones like, oh, we wanted to write on the Bible. The Black
You
Knight got
think-
to write about Jesus.
Wait, you think that the Knights of the Round Table were the ones who wrote the Bible?
Yes.
Definitely.
Actually, let's take a second.
I was hoping
That's true.
I was hoping somebody would point out that that's a bizarre misunderstanding.
I
No,
was thinking
dude.
about Jeff, but
Look,
like,
it's
yeah.
all just a giant projection of the Round Knights, That's why.
That's true, actually.
Like, the Black Knight, dude, straight up, he's in everything. He's in Monty Python.
Jesus.
He's Jesus.
Who do you think the disciples are?
Well, some shirtless vegan kids who run around campus, who play in the blizzard naked.
So I don't think Raj has read the Bible.
That's all right. You don't
May have
have
been
to.
evident by my skin color, or
But-
my origin, or race,
yeah.
or anything.
No, you-
anything.
I haven't
Okay.
either of those.
Wait,
Yeah.
first off, you really, really, really don't have to have read the Bible. But second of all, I don't think. I think it's just common knowledge that King Arthur had nothing to do with the Bible.
No, I didn't know
But
that.
maybe not. Maybe this is a learning
Emma's
day for
hard
me.
white superior race.
Emma's realizing, oh, it looks like most of the world thinks that King Arthur wrote the Bible.
There was a Thanksgiving at the
I
last
can't
summer.
wait till
King Arthur sponsor us.
Emma goes.
King Arthur sponsor us.
Or Jesus, whatever.
When Emma goes and she starts her own little talk show about the Bible and stuff, but she always has a little headband around the Bible.
You think I'm gonna
Bookmarks
have
and
a
everything.
podcast about the Bible?
You definitely
Only two
are.
things matter in this world: Jesus and Naruto headbands.
The voice is so
Where did that voice come from? Why did I become that
Deep
mad?
I want
That
make
was
that
from
your
Deep Within
That was
You.
from deep within, yes.
make that your default voice, please.
That's the voice I do on my second podcast, Talking Bible.
Talking Bible with Eli English and Liam
Yes.
English.
Eli and I. Eli's my little brother, podcast listener. Shout out Eli. Believe it, Eli. Anyways.
Believe it, Eli.
yeah.
Shout out
Woo.
Battlefront 2 on the PS2.
Oh yeah, Eli does play that a lot. But yeah, Eli and I have a side Bible podcast. You know, we just sit.
Side Bible pod. Dude, that branding's there.
Bible. Oh,
Dude, be like, you can buy our official side Bible to keep it on your side at all times.
Yeah.
Jesus will be with you.
You know how
Yeah.
Kakashi? You know how Kakashi pops that scroll out of his like breast pocket?
No, Kakashi
You
carries
pop a Bible.
fucking make out paradise on it.
Oh yeah.
What if it's just the Bible the whole time?
Oh, well, there's already Pocket Bible, but you need to have some form of, not
Side
copyright
Bible.
issue,
Yeah,
but
oh,
like
yeah.
No,
still.
like no. If you look like a nice leather book cover with like
Not small to fit in your
Liam's like
pocket.
really handsome face in the front and Eli in the top, like, watching like
Like the sun in Teletubbies?
yes, like the sun.
my gosh.
So I was thinking more of like Mufasa to like Simba.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, then Liam would be up there because he's okay. So Liam's this fading giant son who's like Eli. The whole realm where the Bible touched is yours.
The whole realm for the
So,
Bible.
the Middle East you can't really go to because Allah got that one. But this
Raj
one,
has that.
We called dibs on that. Oh, really, really quick sidebar, by the way.
Yes.
I went home today for Mother's Day. Oh, it's Mother's Day, by the way.
Happy Mother's Day,
Mother's
mothers.
Day.
And
Shout out
turns out,
Melinda.
yeah,
Jill.
yay, Jackie.
Shout out Shasha.
But anyway, my dog ate a Bible.
My mom.
That's it. Just my dog ate a Bible.
Oh,
That's all I wanted to
shit.
say. Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah, because my sister's like still trying to get like confirmed and everything, and so she just has like 2 Bibles.
Right,
One
right.
of them is gone.
Sounds
dog
like
ate
your
it.
dog needs to listen to my
I
Side
know.
Bible
I feel like this
podcast.
dog needs
All right, end
to
of sidebar.
listen to NaruTalk and realize how you
Maybe.
become useful.
Oh, yeah.
Such as stopping murderers in their tracks
Yeah.
and eating oatmeal.
Ah,
There's,
yes.
there's a lot you can learn from NaruTalk, I think.
Believe it.
But yes, Naruto continues castigating Zabuza. He can't believe his lack of respect for Haku.
Continues castrating.
How did we get to the places that we get to?
I never know. It's a treat listening back. I'm
Yeah,
like, the
today is
fuck?
wild too. Today
It's
there's
great
a lot.
though because we're tying it all back.
We have more energy, so we just talk.
Honestly, it's great.
Yeah. The
n-
chamomile and honey helped.
Oh yeah. I had a little cough drop before we started. I'm like,
I'm going crazy.
plus it's funny for me to talk when I'm sick because I feel like I'm listening to somebody else because my voice
Yeah.
doesn't sound
It
like
That's
me.
been
echoes
me
in
for
the back
so
of your
long.
head.
Yeah, so it's encouraging me. I'm like, oh, what's this guy got to say? But Naruto demands that Zabuza feel something for the boy who sacrificed it all for him, sobbing at the notion of a wasted life and the idea that for Naruto to get stronger, he'd have to become as cold-hearted as Zabuza is.
Oh, and he hates that.
Yeah, so not
Yeah.
only is Naruto coping with how shitty Zabuza's being, but Naruto's sort of thinking, oh my god, is this what it's gonna be? Like, for me to become Hokage, am I
Yeah.
gonna have to be like this?
That's fucked.
That's scary, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I think the frame right after that
yeah.
is one of the most impactful of
Here
the
it is,
entire
yes.
show.
Because Zabuza admits that Naruto's words cut deeper than any blade, and he looks to the sky, allowing himself to cry.
Definitely
Yeah,
a
and
theater
so
kid.
Naruto can
Definitely
tell
into
that
Shakespeare.
Naruto though can tell that Zabuza's crying though because you see the little tiny drops from
yeah.
his tears.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very cool.
It's just seeing Zabuza because his body was at a weird diagonal, like one side was longer than the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, because he was so fucked, like, he
Yeah,
can't use his
and
arms
he
or
was
anything.
just crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
And
very
I don't know.
emotional.
The thing is, sharks don't cry because they do cry. So the thing is, sharks can't turn around. This is
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
whole
yeah.
thing, and that's why they cry. And that's why
Can't
the
they,
sea is
wait,
salty.
they cannot swim backwards, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah,
that
they
it?
can't.
Yeah.
So because they can't swim backwards and they start crying, that's why the sea is so salty all the time.
Right, yes, of course.
So similar to Zabuza, he couldn't look back because he was kind of stuck there, and he started crying, and he's like, yeah, "That shit hurts. It's
yes,
bad.
yes,
It's deep."
Zabuza, like a shark, can't turn backwards.
He's
to
definitely
show
a
he's
shark because
crying.
he then removes his bandana shit, and you just see his shark weak teeth.
Yeah, it's very
Fucking
sad.
insane.
Shark weak teeth.
But Zabuza admits that Haku was kind, good-hearted, and empathetic, and that in the end, these traits wore off a little on him.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really powerful. Zabuza chews through his bandages around his mouth because he can't lift his arms.
No more oatmeal.
And he's a little amused because Naruto's got nothing to say to this. But he reveals to Naruto that no matter how cold-hearted an enemy is, and this is like kind of a lesson for the show going forward, no matter who you're fighting, your enemy's human.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
and I
is...
think he says something like, no matter how much you try to deny that fact.
Yeah, they're all people. No
Yeah.
matter how cold-blooded a shinobi might be, it's still a person.
And then even
That's
for
nuts.
even more future reference, sometimes you wonder, like, certain characters, are they human? Are they just logs? Who knows?
Yeah. Or are they just logs?
Are they logs? Oh.
Zabuza asks Naruto for a kunai, and the boy tosses him one. Catching the weapon in his mouth,
Which
as
Which
it-
is cool.
because
So
his arms
badass.
work. Yes. He's lost in sentimentality and grief for Haku, and he charges towards his true enemy, Gato and the mob. Terrified, Gato retreats into the army, which refuses to believe that Zabuza stands a chance. Now, next, we get the best animated, the best paced,
Yes.
and the best choreographed fight
Yes.
that we have seen so far.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
honestly,
For sure.
one of the top, I would say, 30 of the whole show.
For sure.
Here's the deal. Basically, you know how these episodes are shipped off to different animation companies every week? So that they can, because anime comes out every week.
Right.
And so all these episodes are produced by, different animation studios, different teams, usually about once per story arc. So once every, say, 20 episodes,
Okay.
they get a incredibly high budget to put behind a really important fight scene. The next one of these that we're going to see is on the podcast episode 10. I just happen to know that because I was looking at the...
Wait, we're on episode 7. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. That's not too far.
Right. So it's every 10 to 20 episodes, or like every arc, we get one really well produced,
That's so cool.
really expensive, really choreographed fight.
Nice.
Because you know how you were saying, Allie, earlier that you thought that the show was like just fights, but there's actually a lot of emotion behind everything? Like before you ever started watching it.
Oh,
obviously.
yeah.
Well, like, obviously, the fighting is still a big part of it.
Right, but there's more.
Right, yeah. But, like, these are the fights that are for the people who are here for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Well, because
I mean-
I would not watch a show for the fights, but some people would. So.
right, yeah, absolutely.
Even this fight had, like, a lot of emotion behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But those are the best fights.
For
Yeah,
sure, of
yeah.
course,
By
yeah.
motion,
And
yeah.
as the show goes on, these moments are longer. Like, it's usually sometimes like a whole episode of a fight, like, in this quick style. But the point is, this is our first glimpse of this super high budget, super slickly animated, like, just spree of battle. That is usually, we get it once to twice an arc. So, yeah, I just wanted to give you that little preamble, because it's something interesting. It's something to always be excited for.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
Looks great.
So, here it is. Zabuza charges through the crowd, impaling everyone in his immediate vicinity with the kunai clenched between his teeth. He leaps over sword swings and dodges many blows, but is not deterred even when stabbed in the back with a couple of pikes.
Yeah.
Breaking through the barrier of bodies, Zabuza charges Gato with such bloodlust that his aura?
Aura.
Damn it.
Saga, Sega.
TV.
These are all the ways that Allie and Liam like to mispronunciate words.
No, it's not me.
Wait,
It's not me.
mispronunciate? Mispronounce?
It's not me.
None of us can say anything.
Yeah.
These are all the
Bologna,
geckos that
Bologna.
Gecko and Gecko like to gecko. But yes, his aura manifests itself as a demon running towards Gato, and then Zabuza like runs through him with the kunai, like he stabs it right into him, and then all of the thugs from behind Zabuza that he ran through run up and just fucking stab him like tens of times, and they like keep it in. They stab their sword in and they like back off.
crazy,
So this
yeah.
guy, he looks like a motherfucking hedgehog.
First off, well, that's
Motherfucking
really,
hedgehog.
that's really cool though, having them all in. But doesn't it do more damage to like
To
put your
pull them
sword
out.
in
Yeah,
and
it
pull
does.
it
Yeah,
out?
well, I mean, he keeps going, so I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Gato declares, like, yo, Zabuza, you should hurry up and join your friend Haku. I'm not coming with you. Because he's like, I'm not going to die and you are.
Yeah.
Another way to say dying. You know?
Right, yeah. But Zabuza insists that neither he nor Gato will end up with Haku, as they'll be arriving in hell together.
Wow, what a good line. But
Did
also,
they say hell, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, big
HEW.
No,
move,
they
Cartoon
straight
Network.
up do, and then later on, I shouldn't spoil, but basically though, the heaven and hell thing though, that caught me off guard.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like,
me too.
first off, is
Is
that
religion
in the
in the
manga?
Naruto world?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think I think that there are multiple religions in this world. You know what I mean?
Probably, yeah.
It's just like a thing, and just like everything, you know, as it goes on, they'll talk about it
And it
more.
might not be
Okay,
the
sure.
Christian heaven, hell, you know.
Right,
it's a
exactly. It
different
could just
idea.
be the concept of heaven and hell, and they're
Right,
using
and
those
that concept
words
is
to-
huge.
Yeah,
Right,
that,
yeah,
that goes
exactly.
far back, yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, Zabuza says that they'll be arriving in hell together, but he reveals he's a demon ninja, so he'll fit right in.
Right, oh,
But
yeah.
Gato's a mere mortal, and he's in for a long and painful eternity. That was the quote. I thought that was, ooh,
Yeah.
That was
very
strong
badass.
as
Yes.
fuck.
With this, Zabuza slices Gato twice more before mustering the rest of his demonic strength into a final blow that launches the businessman off of the bridge to his death in the water below.
You know what was the best part of that?
What?
The fear in Gato's eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And also though, how they call him like the demon of the
mist.
demon of the
Yeah,
mist,
yeah.
right? And with his sharp teeth, as soon as like that's exposed and he starts running through, and you have that really well choreographed fight, immediately after they start depicting him actually as a demon.
Well, that's the aura that I was
Right.
talking about.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, I get what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
but and I think that's what
And
scared
in
Gato.
that,
I
that's why I
understand.
threw in his demonic strength, because when he winds up to hit
Oh.
that final hit with Gato,
You see the
you
devil.
see him as a devil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
is
Cool.
really
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah. I get you.
Now, this is the last manga difference that I said I was going to mention
Okay.
earlier.
Right,
In the manga, it's another like full page, and it's just their silhouettes, and you see the slice, but Zabuza cuts Gato's head clean off.
Shit.
And you see, like, it's only silhouetted, but it's like a massive splurt of blood, but
Wow.
it's silhouette, so it's just black ink across the page.
That's
it's
cool.
Very powerful, yeah. Kishimoto, despite the fact that, like we were talking about in the first episode, his drawing is a little weaker than a lot of his contemporaries, he has an incredibly cinematic way of thinking.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
Dynamic.
it's,
That's awesome.
Zabuza turns back to glare at the army of men behind him, who part to make a path for him back to Haku, though he's unable to reach the boy, quickly crumpling from the copious amount of weapons stuck through him and the exhaustion of his fight with Kakashi. He falls to his knees, looking upon Haku's corpse and seeing the boy in a bright light, standing in a beautiful kimono. As he falls to the ground, Zabuza begs for forgiveness, as he never got to thank Haku. Naruto looks away, but Kakashi demands that he watches. This is how the life of a warrior ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about before, where Kakashi's like, yeah, you have to like be aware of this
Right.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I love the moment where Haku is it's a manifestation of it, you know, in Zabuza's
Yeah.
mind, and he's standing like in this heavenly glow.
Right.
It was
really
really
cool.
pretty.
That was
Yeah.
cool, yeah.
Then Sasuke regains consciousness, kind of
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
Nowhere.
And
Just
it's
awake.
like that thing.
That was weird, yeah.
Where the camera is someone's eyes and it flickers open, and it's just Sasuke. Turns out he's fine, I guess.
He's chill.
And he's like, because Sakura is still crying on him, obviously, because she can cry all day, I guess.
She becomes like a total waste of a character once Sasuke is involved, because then she just becomes Sasuke's like main like.
Yeah,
love
yeah. If
interest
Sasuke's
thing.
around, she's just
Yeah.
in it for Sasuke.
Well,
yeah.
wasn't it that? Because I think there's a line that Zabuza says though, where he's like, "Oh yeah, of course Haku never had it in his heart." to
No,
kill anybody."
yeah. I was gonna get to that.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Well, but I just think that they do it a little unceremoniously.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know, 'cause
yeah.
he's just
Yeah.
kind of
Like,
awake.
we thought he was like dead. So,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Right, but then the explanation later, I
Yeah.
thought kind of made up for it.
Celebrating his survival, Sakura embraces Sasuke as he tries to get up, and he asks if Naruto is okay, and he's wondering what happened to
That's
Haku.
nice.
Sakura informs Sasuke that Haku perished protecting Zabuza, and that's where we find out that Sakura didn't see a lot of the fight,
Yeah.
because she's like, yeah, Haku's dead, and I don't really know what happened 100%, because she really only saw the end of stuff.
Right.
Sakura calls to Naruto as Sasuke rises and just gives like a cool wave. He's like, yeah, I might.
He just decides he's just gonna stand up.
You thought I was dead, but like, I'm not,
fine.
so yeah.
He's like, "Don't move."
I'm
Oh
weirdly
no!
totally
And he just like
healthy.
does a little
Yeah.
dance.
Yeah, no, he's fine.
And this is where Naruto realizes that Haku never was going for fatal points. All of those needles were always going for points to knock them out.
Right.
Because Haku really didn't have it in him to
Wow,
kill.
that's so good.
Fuck.
I
Yeah.
wonder if Haku ever did kill anybody.
I think Haku...
I mean,
Did-
they killed their parents.
Right, but I think that...
dad, at
his
least.
dad, yeah, and that mob. But I think that was unintentional. Because it was
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
giant needles that just sort of
Probably.
happened.
I mean, if you're running with Zabuza, you have to like he
Yeah.
probably
It's
did
like
some
Harry
weird
Potter,
torture
like, with
shit.
he just things just happen and he can
With the
like,
snake
control-
thing. Yeah, absolutely, yes. Yeah, I think Haku doesn't want to kill, ultimately. Plus,
Okay.
Haku likes Naruto and Sasuke, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's
they
true.
could have been friends. They're all around
well,
the same
Sasuke
age.
also was super impressive.
Yeah,
To
yeah.
Haku.
So, yeah, it was all sort of an act. The mob of thugs, refusing to leave empty-handed, declares their intentions to ransack the Land of Waves to supplement the bounty they would have received from Gato. Naruto's like, nah, Kakashi, you got this, right? Like, he's sure that the Jonin will have a jutsu to stop them.
He's like, nah, dog.
Yeah,
you
he's
tripping.
Like, you tripping. Kakashi, what you got? But the Jonin is too drained from his fight with Zabuza, and it seems like all hope is lost. Because, like, there's this huge threat that they didn't plan on. Then suddenly, an arrow flies forth and stops the bandits in their tracks.
Fucking it's the boy.
Yeah. Inari has arrived, backed by his entire village who have been rallied to action. Yeah, and there's the shot where Inari's arrow lands and it pulls back through everyone.
That was cool.
To
That's
Inari.
cool,
Yeah, that's
so cool.
because obviously the fight with Zabuza and the mob is what stands out. But in
Right.
this episode, you also get people crying is really like it's a
Yeah.
bunch of frames per second, and also there's this sort of camera movement.
That's really cool. That must have been hard to animate.
You can tell that the production value on this episode, in more than just the fights, is very, very
I
high.
can imagine like that pulling back. That's
Yeah.
so cool, yeah.
Yeah, and Inari's backed with, Tsunami, his uncle, the whole village is there.
I'm glad Tsunami came too.
Yeah.
She
was like,
for real, Mom.
for
Thank
real,
you.
Mom.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day,
Yeah.
Tsunami. She's on like the front row too. That was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
she's there to fight.
Imagine if they fought. Yeah.
She was about it. She was ready to
She's
throw her
ready to
hands.
go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Inari repurposes Naruto's line, "Heroes always show up just in the nick of time."
Which was awesome.
Oh yeah. And
was
Tazuna,
nice.
the bridge builder, is brought to tears, and this is, I think, is where he becomes a three-dimensional character because
Yeah.
ultimately, his dream is not to build the bridge; it's to give his people dignity again. To
Yeah.
get them to stand up for themselves.
That's amazing.
So this is his
Yeah.
arc completing. Yeah.
That's what he wanted.
Everybody's standing up for themselves. Naruto, refusing to miss out on the fun, creates his famous shadow clones, and Kakashi, refusing to be upstaged, has just enough chakra to make like literally hundreds of them.
No, like
Yeah,
he,
I
you
have
know-
no chakra. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Seriously.
Yeah. No, you had chakra. You were
Fake
ready.
ass bitch.
He just didn't want. He was like just gonna let the village
Whatever.
get sad.
Yeah.
But all the Kakashi clones talking with like 100.
I know they're like,
readers, so-
are you really gonna run at us now? Yeah, it was so cool.
Awesome.
The thugs, terrified, pile into their boat in desperate retreat, with many falling into the water, and Inari and the villagers celebrate their victory.
Oh, there was like a ladder made out of people. Did you catch
I know,
that?
yeah.
That was
It
cool.
was a very funny cartoony moment. Yeah,
Yeah.
when they sort of were like piling over each other trying to get
that's
in.
cool.
Little tiny, because the samurai are kind of being made
Yeah.
fun of. Just gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the butt of the joke.
And Inari and everyone there celebrates, but Kakashi approaches Zabuza, who requests a final favor. He wants to see Haku one more time before he dies. Removing the weapons from his former foe's back, Kakashi carries Zabuza to his fallen friend, and it begins to snow. The villagers...
Amazing.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
yeah.
pretty.
Very beautiful. The villagers are confused. They're like, this is impossible for this time of year. And Zabuza wonders if it's Haku's spirit weeping.
Fuck.
Yeah.
He's really poetic. All of his years of being in the dark and not being accepted into art school, he's reading Shakespeare.
He's read a lot of
This
plays.
Oh
is
my
it.
gosh, wait. Not being accepted into art school is how Hitler
Hitler.
started.
Oh, yeah.
Zabuza, Hitler.
Sounds like all bad guys are started from not getting into art school. Don't Google that.
Good thing we
Honestly,
got in.
that'll fall apart immediately.
Good thing
but-
we got it. Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah. Otherwise, who
No
knows?
Hitler
Because
here.
you're blonde and have blue eyes, who knows what could have happened?
Zabuza is laid to rest next to Haku, and he turns to look at the boy who was always by his side to be beside him at the end. With his final breath, Zabuza raises a hand to reach out and hold Haku's face. Through his tears, Zabuza wishes he could go where Haku is going, and the sun peeks through the clouds to shine down on the two shinobi warriors as they breathe their last.
So pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Haku cries.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah.
yeah. That's like sort of the last, as they both sort of die. I think
Yeah.
Haku might have just been dying, and now
Yeah.
they both fade away. Kakashi wonders, though, if maybe Zabuza will see Haku again. After all, no one knows what awaits them beyond.
And the episode should have ended here.
That's
Yeah.
Raj's hot take.
Yeah, it should have ended
Look,
here.
there are nice moments
could've.
afterwards, but this was a beautiful final.
Yeah.
It was so good, and that's where the arc should have ended. Because, like, okay, seriously, everything after is really nice,
Yeah, yeah.
heartwarming, and it's good. It ties up.
I've
all
got
the
it. I've
shit.
got it. Yeah, there's
But-
nice sentences at the end.
But
and
like,
everything, yeah.
this is the coolest moment.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really sums
Yeah.
up all the fucking passion
ended
and
there.
power and because all these characters grew at the end.
Yeah.
They all became three-dimensional.
Yeah.
Like I gave a shit about Haku and I gave a shit about Zabuza.
That's if you ask a Naruto fan to rank like their top 10 villains, Zabuza or Haku's gonna be in there.
oh, it has to be.
And Miley still says that her favorite arc is the Zabuza arc.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
I so agree,
And
Miley.
I think, you've got 4 episodes in there, last week's episodes, that suck.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that are not
Yeah.
good.
And yet it's totally, in my opinion, redeemed
Yeah.
because of
The,
these.
Yeah.
the animation quality, even in
Insane.
the good episodes, though, even in these,
Yeah.
it's standard definition.
Yeah, yeah,
It's it was made in the early 2000s. Like, but these still stand out because of moments like this.
Fuck yeah. The fight scenes are amazing.
Yeah.
The dialogue actually, like, usually the dialogue in the past when they just don't do anything and they're talking, it's like, here's backstory, here's content.
Yeah, but this is
like real shit.
Yeah.
And you finally, like, learn the consequences.
Yeah.
And even how, like, people react in the end. Because even though Zabuza's killed pretty much 1 million people or so, he's never had to deal with
You feel
himself
for him.
dying.
Yeah.
Because he never cared.
He's never had to confront what it's like to lose someone. Because he's probably lost people before.
But he didn't give a shit.
Ultimately, that's why Naruto's the hero.
Yeah.
Because he's like, bro, this person loved you.
Yeah, like... Yeah.
And you loved them too. You need to accept that.
Yeah, do it to your
Yeah.
emotions.
Yeah. Zabuza and Haku are buried above the land of waves, with Zabuza's massive blade marking the burial
So
site.
cool.
course,
There's also a cross.
Also two
too.
crosses, yes.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Which means Jesus and King Arthur are canon.
Okay.
They were there.
I'm not sure about that. I think it's just a thing. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and everybody automatically associates the cross sticking out of the ground
But,
of the massacre
I mean,
as
they
a grave.
crucified
Kaiser was crucified as well, remember?
Right. Well,
So just because...
crucifixion is a thing
This
in
might be
itself.
like a little
Exactly.
after Jesus went through the whole crucifixion thing, like just
Yes, everybody knows in the
After
year...
King Arthur was crucified.
yeah.
Yes, after the Knights era of the world, there was the Ninja era of the world.
We don't really talk about it often because history's decided on the winners.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And at
Everyone's in the wrong side of
and
history.
Gun beats Kunai any day.
yes, ultimately. That's the last episode of Naruto is Gun beating
George
Kunai.
Washington
It's
pulls
the,
up.
it's the Revolutionary War, obviously.
Yes, the Revolutionary War was actually between George Washington and Kakashi.
It all happened very fast. There was
Yeah, it was very
Knights of
fast.
the Round Table, and then suddenly...
Yeah, Kakashi was doing some fucking handjutsu, and fucking George Washington pulls out a Glock, and he's like, I don't think so, bitch.
Kakashi tries to explain his backstory to Washington, and he just shoots him
I
midway.
doth not think it so, Kakashi.
He's like,
But
this
Washington's
dude's
actually
talking.
Shakespeare, and it just gets so confusing.
Fucking Kakashi tries to do that electric shit, and Ben Franklin comes over with a kite, fucking pulling it out of that.
Oh my god.
Neutralizes his fucking.
I
Everybody's
think it's
always
not.
everybody's always been like, oh, Ben Franklin didn't really invent electricity. What if it was Kakashi?
Constitution
Boom.
Jutsu,
And
bro.
the eels!
Constitution or the eels, yes. Sakura wonders if living as tools to others truly is the ninja way, and Kakashi informs her that ultimately they're all tools to destiny. The team struggles to accept this, but Kakashi admits that there's really no answer to this question. Like, life is what life is. Naruto, however, resolves to live by his own ninja way. He won't fall into the vicious cycle that Kakashi has deemed inevitable, and Kakashi smiles.
He says he's gonna live the Naruto way.
Yeah.
I want to be a little bit more like Naruto. That
Yeah.
was so
Ramen
cool.
and spoiled milk every day, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really nice moment. Sometime later, Tazuna, Inari, Tsunami, and several other villagers see Squad 7 off as they prepare to cross the newly completed bridge and return home. And it's all
Yay.
nice,
Awesome.
very classy, no more dead bodies on
Yep.
it. They've cleaned all those off, probably smells. Febreze did a little bit.
There is Febreze in the Ninja era.
Oh yeah, no, confirmed.
The fucking Village of the Hidden Mist has one really nice mist.
The mist is ultimately Febreze. Naruto promises to return, and Inari is like, "Are you sure you're gonna return?" And Naruto's like, "Yeah." And they're like, they're trying not to cry in front of each other. You know, they turn away and they
It's like, you
start.
cry
So
first.
cute.
No, you cry
Yeah.
like,
first.
dude, I'm not the gay one, but I'm crying.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I'm not gonna cry.
Like, come on, stop, man.
It's very cute.
This
Sakura's
one
like,
best
oh,
friend
boys, just fucking cry.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Which is nice. I think
That's
that's
cute.
yeah. As the team walks home, Tazuna notes that Naruto has helped them all build a bridge of courage that they'd never imagined before. Like I
Oh,
said,
nice metaphor.
yeah, oh yeah. In a way, like I said, Naruto helped them really complete their goal. It wasn't
Yeah.
the bridge; it was to find their dignity again. And Tazuna decides, because of this, that the bridge will be called the Great Naruto Bridge.
Oh.
On the bridge, Naruto can't wait to get ramen with Iruka and to tell Konohamaru about his adventures.
Oh, I
I still
forgot about
remember his
Konohamaru.
Konohamaru.
Yeah. And Sakura's like, hey, Sasuke.
Yeah, want to go on a date with me? And Sasuke's like, yeah, actually,
no.
no.
Really don't.
And then
Naruto asks Sakura, and Sakura's like, that was a private conversation.
and then
Throws
she
him
like
off the
fucking throws him off the
bridge.
bridge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, obviously it's a gag animation, but she fucking chucks it.
Yeah.
Eats him. Eats him.
Yeah, and it's back to like, and that's the thing, this show, it does a lot of tones differently really well.
It
Yeah.
does.
It just goes back to them sort of hanging out. A villager asks Tazuna if he's sure about the bridge's name, but he insists that it brought them good luck, and it will surely do the same for the bridge. Maybe one day, he ponders, the name Naruto will even be famous around the world.
Foreshadowing.
Spicy.
Foreshadowing for life, though.
For life.
This
Yeah.
is Kishimoto's first arc.
Wow.
This is the anime's first arc.
We're
And
making
this
a
is
podcast
our
on it,
podcast's first arc.
So many arcs.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
This
arcs.
it's a very beautiful, tying it together.
And this is
That's
Harry
amazing.
Potter's first arc
And this
too.
is yes.
Somehow.
But yeah, so that's the end of the episode. Is us sort of looking into Naruto's future. So, as always, what did you think?
I love these three.
These three.
I think in comparison to last week,
yeah.
especially.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it would be fun anyway. Yeah.
These were like, the animation, we were already saying,
Insane.
fucking outrageous.
Yeah,
Amazing.
a lot
Obviously,
better.
it's the best in 19, but every single one,
Yeah.
it's really high quality.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, there's no frozen shit or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the whole arc
Except
sees
for the
like
door.
actual progression of like friendship and shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, character development, yeah.
Because it started
Suddenly,
off
everything
weird.
was 3D. It was
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because the start of the arc had like Kakashi trying to teach these kids how to do shit, and you
Right.
realize Tazuna's just a total douchebag, and
Yeah, even Tazuna I cared about, and I
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
hated that guy.
Yeah.
we had the rower, and he
walked
taught
in
us a
drinking.
lot. And
Yeah.
there was so
Oh,
much.
the rower.
Yeah.
But like
I choose to believe the rower was in the crowd of people who came to fight Gato.
he brought the whole boat with him, bro.
That's
the
why they
paddle.
ran. They were like, oh, fuck, he's got the boat and the paddle.
Dude, the villagers had oars and shit. Like, what was that gonna do? They're gonna annoyingly whack us to death. Like, no. But seriously, Zabuza's growth, and Haku especially, because Haku's just a kid. Like,
Yeah.
Haku's like killed their family, walked on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
that's
forget the
like-
Haku's the
I
same
think
age
that's
as
the thing.
Naruto and everybody.
You know how Haku's voice is very feminine? I think ultimately Haku's voice hasn't dropped yet.
Fuck.
Yeah, like Haku.
Is Naruto supposed to have?
I
guess,
maybe
right?
like a
Because the-
little.
Maybe the
Section
fox,
doesn't
I guess.
change it,
The
yeah.
fox is like
Sasuke
300.
definitely. That's
Yeah.
why all the girls are like.
Right. He's an early
Sasuke
bloomer.
is
But yeah, I
Chest
mean
hair.
these are kids. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And that's But they're fucking episode 19 is a goddamn tear factory.
I cried a
Yeah.
lot.
That shit is
Yeah.
bananas.
The whole fucking scene with Zabuza cutting through everyone.
Oh yeah, and the music.
the music,
fucking
so
insane.
good.
I didn't write down every instance, or I wasn't marking it down, but
Right.
Yeah.
the tracks in these
Yeah, so
episodes
good.
are so pretty.
With
Yeah,
the
it's
sun,
great.
with the sun beaming onto the two dead bodies of Zabuza and Haku,
was cool at
and
the
the
end,
snow
yeah.
too. Just like the
Yeah.
those like strums are playing, like the piano
Oh,
shit.
and then also though there was a really nice juxtaposition, right, between at the very end where you're like, oh, that's where it should have ended, right,
Yeah.
and everything was
Yeah.
all gray and white, and the
Yeah.
lighting suddenly totally changed, and you saw just the sun.
Yeah,
when you were
absolutely.
at
That
their
was cool.
graves.
Yeah.
That was
Very
so
beautiful.
Because that was a total change in the,
It's
the
that's
tone
kind
of
of
the
like
show.
an epilogue, you
yeah,
know?
and the
Yeah,
music
I felt
like
like it.
ends, and that was good.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's really
So was
gorgeous.
this- Is this done in
Smart.
seasons where there would be a break after this in the actual airing of it, or
No,
no, I mean,
So there aren't seasons in this; they just go and go
anime
and go.
is pretty much weekly.
yeah, I mean, and
Like-
technically the next episode's called like the next chapter, blah
Okay,
blah blah.
okay.
But
Yeah, but they don't really take seasonal breaks. I think
Yeah.
some anime is seasonal, but the really popular ones they just
Okay.
fucking
So
shit
they just
on
talk
themselves.
like
Truthfully-
they just break it up by arc.
for Team
Right.
7, it's been about a week.
Okay.
Like,
Oh
they-
yeah, that's another thing. This all happened in a very short amount of time.
yeah,
Yeah.
they both died.
I think
and
the
came
most
back.
amount of time that passed was in the epilogue.
Yeah,
the bridge
yeah,
got
that
built.
was
right,
sense,
because the bridge
yeah.
has to
Yeah,
be finished.
which was probably like a week.
Oh
you know
my
what
god,
I mean?
Naruto must be so sad at home. He's like,
Yeah, oh,
he's at
no,
the
he has that
ramen
ramen.
shop
It's
every
always about
night.
Aruka.
Yeah.
There's a
Aruka's
second bowl.
actually the main character.
Truly want the Aruka side story.
But yeah,
Kishimoto.
so this
Good on
is
Write that fanfic.
the end of an era for the podcast as well. Next week it's going to be the Miley Flanagan interview.
Woo!
And then the week after, there won't be a break in the podcast stream, but for us, it'll be a couple months.
Yeah.
And there'll be some cast changes. Emma won't be back. She'll be at a different school.
Sad.
R.I.P.
Yeah, so
You'll miss her.
yeah, and I wanted to do a little bit of like, how have your opinions on anime changed? How have your opinions on Naruto changed? Specifically with obviously Ali and Emma.
Wow, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like we mentioned earlier, I thought that it was mostly just fighting and battle, and so I'm not even a fan of like action movies because I just generally if it's battle, I'm like I don't
Right,
know,
right.
I want to watch like a stupid family movie where
Yeah.
there's like people, so like that's what I thought it was. So I was very unattracted to it, but now knowing that there's like character development and these are people, I appreciate it more. I think,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest thing I think has been, I think what's shifted for me has been being aware of what kind of audience watches Naruto and anime as a
Yeah.
whole, right? Because like the kids that I would talk to about it or would listen to talk about it in high school,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and all of that, like still talking about Dragon Ball Z in senior year, I was
Right,
like, okay,
right.
those are those kids.
Yeah.
But then realized, especially like interviewing Miley Flanagan, fucking huge.
It's a lot more ubiquitous.
Right, and then her talking about, and everybody talking about how big she is. Every country except for the United States, even though she's big here too because of Naruto.
Yeah.
And
Like
lab
she's
rats.
huge in but she's huge in Canada. She was like, oh, I'm huge in India.
Yeah.
Like you don't realize how large this is.
I think that something that I realized when I came to college, and like Raj and I started watching anime, you know, and like all of the friends that we made kept like being like, oh yeah, I watch anime, is that when
here especially, it's
when social stigma goes away, because there is a stigma around anime,
100%.
but when stigma is pushed aside or forced aside, a good story is a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
And it doesn't matter if it's a movie, a comic, a book, a play,
Furry art.
Yeah. I mean,
or
Good art's good art, man.
But yeah, a good story is a good story.
yeah, and that's part of it. I've really started to appreciate the art aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know, I forget that cartoons and anime, someone has to draw all that, which is crazy, and animate it. So that's like, means more to people. Like, it's
Now I'm thinking about all the other cartoons I've watched, and if they were kind of choppy and like the way that the people speak, like it's just like two clips up and down
to
of like
line
their
up
lips
with it,
moving,
yeah.
or like Flushed Away, for example, right?
Right.
Like the claymation, like it's really tiny details. Like
Yeah.
wow, that must take a while. And think about that
it's-
budget.
Yeah, so even if you're not into the whole like story whatever, like the
Yeah.
anime fighting, it's like you can appreciate it for art.
Definitely.
Too.
Also, talking about this so much, I think that I kind of throughout the course of this episode of the podcast realized kind of like why we do this podcast, which is funny because like Liam, I didn't totally understand your vision of like why you thought this was going to be a success with people, and I think it's because once you start talking about the thing that everybody likes so much and really analyzing why it's so good, it's interesting,
You
and
learn
like people
stuff.
want to
Yeah,
hear
you really
about
do.
the thing
Yeah.
they like and like know why
That's
it's good.
true. Yeah.
I think, and what's interesting about this arc especially is the way that it introduces concepts is incredible. And I don't just mean like Keki Genkai or like Kage or whatever, The fact that it introduces, it can be very funny and very heartfelt, but also can be all about battle. The way that it's like, people die in this world. There are stakes here.
They're
There are real rules to the power system. If you run out of chakra, you can't keep fighting. Except Kakashi.
Yeah,
apparently.
it's not all like crazy. Oh, we're all like magical. We're just ninjas.
And if you talk about
It
there's
makes
not
the ninja
really
era real.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's not really a theme section of this podcast, but if you look at the theme of this, it's like, no, this is not a show about people jumping around shooting lasers at each other.
No, which
this
is
is
what
a
I
show
thought.
about kids being thrown into a battlefield where people die
Yeah, that's...
and like things change. And they're kids, so they have fun and they run around, but they're also kids in a war zone.
Right, it's crazy when we thought that Sasuke was dead.
Yeah.
Like, it's really sad because you think of like, when you send it in like real life, kids 18-year-olds are sent to war.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no, they die. Like that. This is the same thing. They weren't expecting to have a mission like this. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be, like,
Yeah.
babysitting, and like now they're dead. Like
Yeah.
kids
They
are
do
dead.
sympathy
Like
really
what?
well.
Yeah.
They were expecting to a C-rank mission at the beginning of this.
Now they're dying.
Sympathy and empathy
Crazy,
are really big, because like despite Zabuza and Haku being like the main villain, especially Zabuza for like so long, and then at the end I'm like, oh, I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
This
That
is-
was a weird turn.
This arc is a mini like thesis about the themes of the whole show: is self-actualization through other people, like the realities of
huge.
war, what it means to have somebody precious to you.
Precious Gecko.
A precious gecko, yeah.
To befriend a little kid who you eat ramen with every day, suddenly go out and fight other fucking adults for some odd reason.
Yeah.
But like
Some kid that wouldn't fucking pass any of the exams.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
insane. That was like 2 weeks ago.
and like also the different types of love that are all valid, like
Yeah.
Zabuza and Haku's relationship,
And being gay.
and being gay.
gay.
Yes, it's
Sasuke
true.
and Naruto
Love
though
is
too,
love.
Yeah.
When Sasuke was thinking about all of his best moments with Naruto,
Yeah.
the kissing one was there.
It certainly was.
Because they're gay.
Yeah, don't forget it.
Don't forget
Believe it. Remember it.
Remember.
Ooh, there it is.
Who's your favorite character?
Ooh.
Ooh,
anyone can take it.
Oh god.
Okay, me. Okay, like there's like different categories to it. Like,
Yeah.
so aesthetically, I think Haku definitely has it down because they have like
Yeah.
the hair to the ice to the just the way
Yeah,
they
yeah,
disappear.
yeah.
Like,
It's
it's
cool.
just glitter. It's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But like in terms of like actual character and growth and stuff, I think Sasuke is like the coolest
Okay,
fucking
yeah.
dude ever.
Yeah, because I thought he was just kind of.
Edgy.
Yeah, but then
And
he
emo.
started to really show his true.
Yeah.
Like
Because
self.
like if you really break it down what he's gone through, he's lost his entire fucking family.
Yeah.
He's constantly bombarded with like just people bothering him, and this
the
asshole fucking loser blonde kid Naruto.
The person that he swore to kill is his brother.
His brother.
Yeah.
And he
that was nuts.
And and even in that moment, because that was his life goal up to that point, and he was like, "Oh, I'm dying. It's not gonna happen."
Right.
That's fucking dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really sad.
So even though he's
So
really
young,
edgy,
too,
and I guess it's a cartoon, so they're supposed to play it up, right?
Right.
He's supposed to be like, "Oh, I'm edgy. I'm God."
Right.
But he's like real, and when he declares Naruto his like friend, and he's like, "I don't know why I did it. It just felt right."
Yeah.
That was like real shit.
Yeah.
I think you see Sasuke's growth the most in the fact that in episode 1 or 3, I think, when he was introduced, when he called Naruto a loser, it was like, all right, calm down, bitch.
Yeah.
But when he calls Naruto a loser now,
it's like,
it's
oh.
a term of
Oh,
endearment.
yeah.
Which is nice.
And that's really something. What about you, Emma? Favorite character?
Oh, I pondered for a little while. I was like, this can't be the answer. but
Konohamaru.
Oh fuck no.
Honestly, I wish. But no, it's Naruto. You know, because as much as like, oh yeah, he's the
Is it
main
because you
character.
met Miley Flanagan?
She
Okay,
contractually
honestly,
obligated
yeah.
us to say
That's fucking fair. But no, I mean, as much as I wanted that to be that, because that'd be kind of cool. No, like I think it actually just is Naruto because I don't want to say I relate to him, but a lot of the things that he says, like where he's like, oh no, I screw all this, screw all these rules of the shinobi. I'm going to have my own Naruto way, stuff like that. Like it's really empowering, you know. And I find myself, and I know this makes me sound like a weeb, but I quote Naruto, not a show, like the character every now and then.
Naruto's
I know.
a feminist icon.
Like, because I just have found myself talking about things like that, and I go, "Oh, Naruto said that." But I think that like
You
as
don't
much
give
as,
him credit in conversation.
well, no,
Yeah, definitely not.
But like
Quote
once
Naruto.
you look back at it, you know, like yeah, he's like a troublesome kid that's like causing problems and is learning as he goes. But the stuff that he's learning is kind of huge, and also I think he's in a sense the most human character out of everybody there.
Okay.
Which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know. And to have a protagonist who's fucking 12 and supposed to be like the number one knucklehead or whatever,
Yeah.
to have him be that human,
What was the
I
term?
think is amazing.
Number one.
Knucklehead. No, wait. Number
Number
one,
one,
hyperactive
hyperactive
knucklehead
knucklehead
ninja.
ninja.
Love
Yeah.
that so much.
But to have him be that up, you know, down to earth in a sense,
Yeah.
is awesome.
What about you, Allie?
Only kind of based on what Raj said, I kind of agree.
Sasuke?
Sasuke,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And Inari also proved himself a
Yeah,
little bit
okay.
with his whole, let's go, everybody, you know, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
But I
Just
think
crying
Sasuke
his
just, you know, he definitely, I really didn't like him, and now I really like
Yeah.
him, so that is
Yeah.
big, you know.
Mine's Kakashi. Nothing. Yeah.
Really? Why?
I think
I think Kakashi's my least favorite.
interesting.
Actually.
Yeah.
I think I like his quips. I like the way he deals with the kids.
I don't know. I feel like normally, like instead, if I didn't have to pick Sasuke, I'd definitely pick Kakashi, but I stayed away from him because like Kakashi kind of like I don't know. He kind of starts off level like 50, and everyone else like level
and he
1.
doesn't grow as much.
He doesn't really.
that's true.
He definitely does get his time to shine. Future listeners, he does.
Yeah.
And he's amazing now, but that's kind of like the way he even did his like lightning blade. He's like, oh, I could have always done this. Like the way he was handling
Yeah.
Zabuza after Haku died, he was
Yeah.
just like casually kicking
which
them.
which I think is interesting that Kakashi. I think that there is merit in a stagnant arc. I forget what it's called in literature. You know what I mean? But
No,
like the fact that Kakashi. Okay, so like the show Naruto, we learn about the world with the characters. You know, as Naruto gets the next
Yeah.
arc is their exam, the Chunin exams. It's their exam to become Chunin. Since
Really?
they're all Genin. Yeah, and which is in
Fast,
between
isn't it?
Genin and Jonin.
Yeah.
Does time pass?
They talk about it. Yeah. But basically, I think that what's interesting about Kakashi is that he represents somebody who's already been through that. You know.
Yeah.
And so while I think that Zabuza and Haku are relatively low level threats. You know? Because as soon as Kakashi takes off the safety gloves, he really doesn't struggle with Zabuza. And I think that it's interesting to have a character who's already been through everything that Naruto and Sasuke and Sakura are going through, and he's sort of trying to guide them through it and be nice, even though he knows all the hard truths that Zabuza and Haku are talking about, you know?
That's true. Okay.
That's interesting.
I
Yeah,
get
feel
that.
free to disagree. I just think that he is interesting, and I love his voice actor. That's
Oh,
another.
Yuri Lowenthal. No, he's not. No, Sasuke's Yuri Lowenthal.
Yeah. I'm not sure who voices Kakashi, but he's great.
No, Kakashi in general is an amazing character. I do agree. I think he's like one of the best characters consistently to ever be in Naruto. He's always surprising, but just this first season, he was like, I was never like, oh my god, he can do lightning blade. I was like, oh, I knew he could do lightning blade.
Yeah.
Like, or like when he did like, I have no chakra, and then he's like, oh, I could just summon 100 more like.
Or when he
clones.
stuck his fingers up Naruto's ass.
Yeah, I wasn't
I forgot about
surprised.
that.
I
That
looked
was
at him and I
really
went, yeah, he'd do that.
Well, yeah, somehow though, despite him not being, you know, him doing all these
Still
cool
badass.
things, like
Right.
knowing how to handle these kids and like, yeah, being a badass, he's also boring to me in a sense, and
That's fair.
I totally understand and respect the thought on
much development.
Well,
Right.
it is really good though having like a character that you can compare like a foil
Yeah,
to like
it's true.
Naruto versus.
I
I mean,
Kakashi,
comparatively, the other characters in the season have grown way heavier.
Yeah.
And so it does suck that Kakashi has to go up against like these guys who are literally molding themselves as we speak.
That's true.
And another
that's
interesting
their
thing is
whole
that
point. Yeah.
when the world catches up to Kakashi's level, then we get his development. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's fair.
Like,
yeah. I mean,
Kakashi's
we haven't
number
reached
one,
that.
and
Still
when he
above
isn't number
everything.
one,
Yeah.
it's like,
I think you remember in like the second episode, none of us knew what a Kage was or what a jutsu was.
yeah.
Kakashi's just another. Right.
Well, he can't grow during that because at that point he has to narrate for everybody.
Yeah,
That
and
makes
Kakashi's
sense.
just another thing that we need to learn about.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, at the same point though, that's interesting though that he is still your favorite character right now, not in the show, but like right now.
I think, I love his voice actor,
Well,
and
yeah.
I love, I don't know,
Interesting.
I think he works really well.
Huh.
Any other, like, takes or whatever, I don't know, man, thoughts about things?
Overall, it was a great season. I think.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking, because this sets a precedent, this is our first end to an arc, I should have some sort of arc rating system, but I didn't think about this before literally this moment. Out of 5
But we don't know what to compare it to.
Yeah.
bowls of ramen,
How many bowls of ramen is this?
how many...
Well, I don't know how to compare it.
You don't have to compare it to anything,
If
Oh,
your
like
level,
just my-
a level,
Compared
like
to
the
Emma's
TV
laundry
show?
basket.
Okay, so
a level of enjoyment from like just how would you enjoy it? If
Like-
you were to sit down.
okay, on a scale of spoiled milk to a fresh bowl of Ichiraku
Okay.
ramen.
This is definitely a
By the
fresh
way,
bowl of Ichiraku ramen.
Fun facts that I learned in between recording some of these episodes. I wish I had had it for the first episode, but Ichiraku Ramen, the name of the ramen place that Naruto goes to, is the name of the ramen place in Kishimoto's hometown.
Awesome.
You said this before.
Please,
did I? I don't think so.
No.
Oh,
I might have said it to you off air.
maybe.
Yeah.
It's cool though.
Yeah.
Please fund us to go to that place. Patreon.
Avatar World?
No.
No, the
Ichiraku
ramen.
Oh, to go to
ramen.
Ichiraku Ramen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have no money,
That'd be cool.
and we think about going places
Oh,
a lot.
fuck. I break
Yeah,
veganism
but
so fast.
we
for God.
are pretty good at finding poor people fun, so that's
Oh,
cool too.
yeah.
Yes.
That was our day yesterday, of course. But, on a scale of rotten milk to ramen, and I guess this system can stick around forever. That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. Rotten
Wait,
milk
so
to a
those
bowl of
I
ramen.
get to pick one of those?
No.
How many
Anything in
kunais?
between. Just make it up.
Well, like,
I don't care.
in terms of how would I watch this over watching literally anything in the entire world?
No, just your
Like-
level of enjoyment. How would you rate your enjoyment level?
I don't know how to rate
On a
it.
scale of like 1 to 10.
It's
What
which
would
is
you
why
give
this
it?
is all kind of shit.
But no,
forgiveness,
I'm not putting on a scale of 1 to 10 so that you don't have to. You don't have to have another arc to compare it to.
But then, if it's spoiled milk to ramen, I have to pick either spoiled milk. I don't know what's in between.
Normal
I
milk.
think all of the foods.
All the foods.
Well, any foods in the transition.
How about this? I really enjoyed my time. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm gonna say, a bowl of mediocre ramen.
Mediocre.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't. Because as much as like, especially during these last 3 episodes, like I was taken aback. I went, wow, this show's really good.
Yeah, but there were times where I was like, not another one.
Right, and
Yeah.
at the
Last
same time,
week.
like as much as it was
God.
totally redeeming, you also that's not sustainable. You know.
What's the name of the brand of the square ramen things that you got?
Top ramen.
Top ramen.
Yeah, maybe. That I think that it's like a bowl of that. you
Yeah.
know?
There's some instant ramen. I, had
can't-
some instant ramen.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't eat 2 in a row.
No,
Look, I don't
but
know.
one, the chili ramen, which is vegan.
Yeah.
It's wonderful once in a
Yeah,
while.
but there's 4 episodes in there that I fucking hate.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, obviously if you eat that much ramen, it's gonna be bland for 4 days straight, which I've done before. But it's just, I think the first few episodes set the precedent. Like when Naruto's tied up and Sasuke feeds him food, that's adorable.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
and
that.
then they do this whole training shit
Right,
first.
there were
Yeah.
19 episodes.
Yeah.
4 out of 19 isn't bad, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing about it, the ending was really strong,
Yeah.
and the beginning was super strong.
Yeah.
The middle, it's kind of like a roller coaster. The setup was there,
That's true.
and it was all
Liam doesn't like roller
scary. Dude, no, I cried on Nitro when I was 12. Trust me, I hate roller coasters.
This is a good roll.
Hey, but it's good that we're on the ramen side and not the milk side.
That's true.
yeah.
That-
So
yeah.
overall,
Considering 2
I
of you
give
are
it-
vegan, it's definitely good to not be on the milk side.
Yeah.
overall, I give it a solid 4 ramen bowls out of 5 ramen bowls.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Different system, but that's cool.
Honestly, it's fine.
Ramen bowl overspoiled.
I feel like it's good to have a rating system. I don't care if it's consistent. I don't care if everyone understands it.
All right.
You know, and
my last name changes every episode. Who knows?
Yeah, ultimately it's fine. Yeah, the order of who I introduce changes.
Hey, this year it's Raj. This episode it's Raj Smith because it was Raj Caruso last time.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
We discussed that.
Raj
Brothers.
Smith.
Raj Smith is kind of slick. That sounds like a
It's
secret
confusing,
agent.
like
Oh yes.
like racially. I don't
now
know.
your name
Yeah,
is just
racially. It's true.
well, now your name is just as common as my name.
Raj Smith is not
Yeah,
as
how
common
many
as
Rajes?
Thomas Smith.
Raj
do
was
you
saying
know?
to me though that there are a lot of Rajas though. Aren't
Oh
there?
no, there's a
Yeah, that's
gazillion
true.
Rajas.
But not a lot of Raj Smiths.
Not a lot of Raj Smith.
No.
Probably
Oh, well,
none.
that's true.
Probably none.
There are a lot of
actually.
Emma Smiths.
I
but
mean,
you
a few, but
the
like,
Smith part is common, and so is the Raj part. So there you go.
Different.
It's like when worlds collide.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Two commons making a super duper rare.
Nice.
Fuck,
Yeah.
that's some
I'm
real
talking in
I
terms
like
of
shit.
Pokemon. That's fine. Anyways, yeah, okay, great rating system, great arc. Let's
Great
get into
arc.
some reader responses. Obviously, there won't be any reader responses for the first 7 episodes. This is the last time that I'm doing this. I know you guys don't think it's funny,
I
but
still don't get it.
I think it's funny when I edit it because I think it's funny that I say, here's the reader responses, and there are none. That's fine.
Well, for the first couple, I thought that you were gonna put in the reader responses.
me
But
too.
then I was like,
Oh, nope.
no.
He's just making a joke.
Yeah, just
Funny guy here. Funny guy.
Whatever.
Eh?
But yes, starting not next week, but the week after, we are going to be recording, weekly with the releases. And so start writing in now, because if there aren't reader responses, this whole bit is going to fall the fuck apart.
We will look so goofy.
I'm going to look like a goddamn idiot.
Goddamn.
Oh,
idiot.
yeah. God dang it. I'm going to look like a goddamn fool. Example of a great reader response, Evan.
Evan. Evan is a wonderful lad who is asking us, hey, Raj, what the fuck is Naruto? You keep leaving, and you're like, I have to go do this Naruto podcast, and you always look so busy all the fucking time.
Ooh,
And I
context.
just want to smoke weed and chill with you, but you're always like, Naruto, and you pull on your headband, and you do this weird run where you throw your arms behind your back, and you never lock the door.
What is that?
Context, Evan is Raj's sweet mate.
Evan is
Yeah.
the most beautiful, wonderful,
He's great.
best
Very nice
person.
lad.
Evan, if you're
Please.
listening, we all love you a lot.
Yeah, I really
Big
love
fans.
Evan, I'll miss
He makes
you.
music under the name Drownville on Bandcamp. Evan
Very slick
is
shout-out.
amazing. Please come support him wherever
Yeah.
he does. He's the best.
Also, you know what? Shout out Rosie, who is one of our friends, who just really on board with the pod.
Yeah.
Shout out Rosie.
Rosie is tiny little fuck. If you'd like to go back.
Oh
in the
yeah, we
episodes.
called it that in an earlier episode.
Yeah. If we're doing shout outs, we paused the episode for a second because we needed a bathroom break. And my friend Rosie had texted us,
yes,
me and my roommate in a group chat, and she goes, it makes sense that Emma isn't answering right now because this week is a double podcast week. Believe it.
adorable.
She's so
The fact that she
invested.
remembered our schedule, that is so funny.
know.
It's a
It's
lot.
I barely remember.
Me too. I was like, you were like, tonight? And I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's all.
I remembered in the shower this morning.
Allie, do you want to shout anyone out? I mean, we talk about Jill and Randall all the time.
Yeah, Mom and Dad, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I don't know how you feel about this. I haven't discussed the podcast much with you because I don't know what you'll think of me.
I
I hope this is okay.
Also, Dad, stop throwing spoons at me.
But thanks for showing me the Matrix because it's
Yeah.
made me who I am today.
And once again, of course, massive shout out to Eli, my little brother.
We love Eli
He's
a lot.
he's the man, my
Also, Melinda.
little
don't
brother,
forget
and my
Melinda.
mom Melinda. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's
Happy
Day.
Mother's
Happy
Day,
Mother's Day to all
Melinda.
mothers watching. Thank you all the fans who watch and support us. We love
Yes.
you so much.
Please.
Hey, Miley.
Thank you, Miley
Hey,
Flanagan.
Miley, yes, Miley. Oh, yes, and tune in next week, of course. But when you let us know what you think, when you ask for a shout out, when you tell us what you think of an episode, or tell us on a scale of rotten milk to ramen what you think, or how many bowls out of 5 ramen.
Make up your own rating system.
Truly,
Ooh.
look,
Yes, please
tie
do.
it into Fuck, that's an amazing call to action.
But
Yeah.
explain the parameters of the
Yes,
system.
yes,
Yes.
Make up a rating system related to Naruto, explain the parameters,
Please
and then
do.
give us a rating.
And while you're doing it, might as well write a fan fiction about the 4 of us.
Please
here.
You really
do.
want a fan
I
fiction
think
it's
about
gonna
be
you.
so
That is
cool.
delightful. But when you reach out to us, here are the best ways to do it. Our Gmail, NaruTalkPod@gmail.com, Facebook, NaruTalk the ShipPodcast, Instagram and Twitter, we're at NaruTalkPod. You can use the hashtag NaruTalkPod or NaruTalk, and our website is narutalk.wordpress.com. I'm surprised I didn't cough during that. That was rough.
Proud
Cough
of you.
now if you want to.
We also have a Patreon, which which will be linked below, as will everything else that I just mentioned. The Patreon's not created yet, though, so I can't quite plug the name. It'll be NaruTalk Pod.
Please donate. Please support us.
Yes, we can get better equipment. We
Go
can
to Avatar World.
Go to Avatar World. Go to
Ichiraku
Ichiraku Ramen.
Ramen.
Yeah, there will also be special things on the Patreon stream. Like, if you write something specific to Emma, obviously she'll only be back as a guest host on some episodes.
Special.
Very special now.
Very
This
special
time.
now.
But, yeah, but she will also be on the Patreon stream. We might watch Martha Speaks. Or we might do a reader response only episode, and Emma can come back for that. You know,
Emma's Concussion Corner will be a full-time thing.
Yeah, basically you can talk to
I
us.
hope I won't still be concussed by then. Jeez.
Another one.
But
For
that's
the corner.
we have to keep her concussed. These have been good episodes, you know.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep her concussed. But yeah, reach out with questions. Reach out with anything. Just please don't not reach out. That'll be embarrassing.
Yeah. Please talk to us.
Yeah, we'll have to just take it all down.
We all have hot takes.
Oh
Yes.
no, don't worry. From my new school, I'll write
And
all the
also,
reader responses.
I really want to hear a made-up rating system that has something to do with Naruto.
We
The
don't want
dirt
to have to
around
make
their
fake
feet.
accounts and rate like
Oh,
ourselves.
which
please.
I'll definitely be doing.
Yeah.
But I don't
Same.
want to do that too much. You know, that's
How
a
many
headache.
fucking Zabuza myths will this episode be out of?
How many armpits?
How many
Yeah.
white rabbits? How many logs?
How many ninja dogs? How many oatmeals inside of somebody's
let them
mask?
think
Oh,
of
yeah,
it.
you're right. Okay, yeah, I'm stealing all the good ones.
So good.
But yeah, like, subscribe, rate, whatever you're on, do what it is. This podcast will be available on everything, so do whatever the standard procedure is. Leave a review. A 5-star review is a great way to get in touch with us. If someone's touching your arm hair, 5-star review. Tell us to make them stop. Oh, Allie's touching my. I'm gonna leave a 5-star review about that. But yes, do leave a positive review. It's great for visibility. Tell your friends. If there's somebody you know who doesn't watch anime, I'll be honest with you. Joshua used to make fun of me for watching anime, and I knew that Emma would love watching anime. So I was like, guys, let's make a podcast about it. And that's how it all began.
And here we are, yeah.
Here we are.
So get a friend to listen to this. Get somebody who's never watched Naruto to listen to this.
Or
Yeah.
mom to listen to Naruto.
Get
It's like build a bear, build a weeb.
Build a weeb. Build a weeb
Ooh,
podcast.
Yeah, you can
Podcast.
shape this
Oh,
weeb's
that'd
experience.
be a good name for a podcast, actually.
Build a Weeb?
Build a Weeb podcast.
You can
But it could be like a
send
different
in
anime
money
every
and
week, you know,
bribe
just
me
talk
to
about
have
it.
certain opinions on certain episodes.
That's a good one.
If you hate Naruto, I'll hate
Yeah,
Naruto.
if you have to bribe your friends, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But bribe us too. Give it to the Patreon.
Give it to the Patreon.
Let us know what you think. Let me know how you watched along. I am very, very curious to hear if people watched Naruto for the first time, didn't watch Naruto at all, or if they're
That'd be
like,
weird.
I listened to a podcast where they talk about movies. It was actually sort of the inspiration for this, the Spin-off Doctors, and I've never watched the movies that they talk about.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think that we do a pretty decent job. But I'd be interested to hear.
Yeah.
So do reach out. Do let us know. Next week is the Miley Flanagan interview that we keep talking about.
Yay!
I'll record a little intro and outro that'll talk about some of this stuff near the release of that episode, and that'll go out next week. And then the Monday after that, we will be back with episode 8, which is going to be. I didn't write down the episodes. Oh, sorry, episode 9. Yeah, episode 9 in the feed will be episodes 20, 21, and 22. I guess.
Probably, yeah.
I didn't really think about that. That's the start of the tuning exams, our next arc. That's very
Awesome.
exciting. Goodbye to Emma.
Goodbye to Emma.
Oh, wow.
We
Bye, guys.
we love Emma
We love
so
you,
much.
Emma.
We
Oh,
love
yeah.
Write in,
support
tell us
her
how much you loved
presence.
Emma. Yeah, really.
Hey, people of
Yeah.
color, I'm infiltrating the white race.
And
Yeah, if you need context to write a fanfic, 3 of us look like Plank.
yep,
Look
and
like what?
I look like a burnt
Plank
plank.
from
most white people look like Plank from Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Truthfully.
Never seen.
we do. I promise. I'll show you later.
All right.
And Raj is Baljeet from.
Wow.
Look, 3 planks in a Baljeet.
Phineas
That's
and
not that bad.
Ferb.
Not that bad.
but grown up and more hair.
Oh yeah, and very handsome, especially with his
very.
hair
Oh,
up.
Thank you,
very
thank you.
handsome.
Very
you.
handsome.
Stop,
Oh, and the
guys.
perfect amount of arm hair.
Yes.
Oh, please.
If I do say so
I
myself.
can only be so erect, Liam. Stop. Stop.
But yes, next week Miley Flanagan interview. Don't miss it. It's something, and you get a little bit more Emma on that episode,
Yes.
which is
Yeah.
always
So
exciting.
don't say goodbye yet.
Don't say
say
goodbye
goodbye
yet.
Ooh, okay.
But we
Bye,
actually
you guys.
yeah, we were a little nervous during the Miley interview, so the sign off is like, okay, but we don't want to piss you off, Miley. Bye. But and then the week after, episode 9, we'll be back with episodes 20, 21, and 22, beginning of the tuning exams. Thank you, everybody, really a lot,
We love
especially
you.
if you wrote in. Thank you
Yeah,
for
please
supporting
write in.
us. Yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for telling your friends. Thank you so much. This podcast has been a dream of mine for a while. I listen to podcasts all the time. I watch Naruto my whole life, and this is really something awesome, and I hope that everybody out there liked it. So really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all so much. And until next time, be safe,
have fun, believe it.
That's it.
Yeah.